got it right here. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
10 minutes is a long time to be away from them.
Peace, love, and blessings is all I'm after. Beautiful women, good cushion, a whole lot of laughter. Designer linen to stay dapper, then cap it off with a fly-ass caption to go these moments we captured. Life is a blessing, every L is a lesson. If you really believe in God, then why the F is you stressing? I'm Shaka Zulu in the FUBU. Just trying to build this ecosystem like the so-called Jews do. It's the Culture Uncut Podcast, and I'm back with my brothers here.
You already know the campaign, man. No man can, the wet man can. President of Wet Lives Matter, cause if it ain't wet, then it don't even matter. Play me my theme music.
Everybody that's hanging out with us, make sure y'all engage. Vibe with us a little bit. Ducking the self-hate and don't care who discriminates. I determine my fate, only the real gonna relate. It's the Culture Uncut Podcast, engaging with the family here. Here, we are back at it, man. It's the Culture Uncut Podcast.
My man Casanova over there on the West Coast.
I should tell like how you tell
Kicking
him
vibes.
So he brought that shit. And I should tell like how you respond. He brought it.
What's the man who made the intro?
What's my man who made the intro?
Phew, that's a question of the month, ain't it?
Hey man, we back at it, man. It's the Culture Uncut Podcast. Beautiful hump day, man. How you boys feeling? Y'all good?
Man, Gucci like something.
Shit, I'm trying to hump on something, boy. You know what I'm saying? Hump day, Trying to get on that hump, boy.
You need to get neutered.
Oh, hell no, man. Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, what would Dr. Sebi do?
Get clipped?
Nah, man, we ain't believing in that. Gotta let them boys. I can't be ghost riding the whip. Can't have black snake moan.
Ghost riding the whip. The black snake definitely cannot moan. Hey, we got quite the docket, man. I'm ready to hang out. Some good topics, some good talking points. The world's in beautiful weather outside. First of all, man, fall is really falling down here in South Florida, bro. Nice breeze out there today. We got 20 days to election. Storms, recovering from storms. And it's just life is life, but we finna hang out, man. Let's get into our bars and get into the show a little bit, fellas. Peace, love, and blessings is all I'm after. Beautiful women, good cush, and a whole lot of laughter. Designer linen to stay dapper, then cap it off with a fly-ass caption to go over these moments we capture. Life is a blessing, every L is a lesson. If you really believe in God, then why the F is you stressing? I'm Shaka Zulu in the FUBU. I'm just trying to build this ecosystem like the so-called Jews do. It's the Culture Uncut Podcast, and I'm kicking it with my brothers.
What it do? It's your boy, DJ Noah Fresh. You already know, Mr. I always got my people with me. I stay with them. You hear me?
Oh, man. Shout out to the people, man. Shout out to Shaka Zulu and the FUBU, man. It's your boy Trey Pound, the moisturizer. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Gonna soak up all the draws when I come through. President of Wet Lives Matter, because if it ain't wet, then it don't even matter, man. No, but play me my theme music, huh?
Oh, man, you caught
Oh,
me
that
off
nigga
guard,
fumbling.
man.
He fumbling.
He fumbled the drip. It was slippery.
Yeah, slippery on the set.
Nah, I had got a message, man.
Okay.
Message.
And them DMs popping, ain't it?
Nah, ain't no DMs over here. Nah, that's work related. You already know.
Yeah, that's where you usually come from.
How's everybody personal life, man? Everything going good? Everything flowing and going?
Yeah. I mean, life is lifing.
Yeah.
Life is lifing.
Yeah.
Just going with the flow.
We can't never just go with the flow now.
Mm-mm.
We gotta dictate the flow sometimes, man. Hey, you got a little life challenge that you working on right now. What's up with that, man? I see you on what is 75 or 75? What's this? Give me the breakdown what you got going on.
Oh, I'm just pushing myself like 75 days in the gym straight, twice a day.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
75 days of
Operation cut the big bag.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, cut the big back.
That's what they calling it. They calling that the military big back program.
Nah, 75 days of reading, getting back into reading, man. At least 30
Mm,
minutes a day of something
I
I
like that.
enjoy. Uh, 75 days of just like focusing in something with the family. You know what I'm saying? Locking in with them. Like positivity. Just 75 days and no sugar, like no sweets or nothing like
Oh
that,
no,
man.
sugar? You know sugar and everything, bro.
I know, bro. But I'm saying like actual sweets. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, so
cookies,
I'm about to
cakes,
say,
pies.
Phew, you ain't eat shit if you say no sugar.
Yeah, I did it around the wrong time because Thanksgiving coming up, man. So I'm probably gonna put them
you
in the
ain't gonna make it.
freezer.
You
I'm
ain't
not.
gonna
I'm
make
gonna
it.
slice everything up and put it in the freezer.
Nah, you ain't gonna make it.
No.
I hate to be a negative person when somebody's
I'm
trying to
gonna make
cheat or
it.
something, but
I'm gonna make it, dog. I'm gonna make it.
No. Yeah, no. Dead giveaway. You ain't gonna
dead
make it,
giveaway.
boy. That boy ain't gonna make it
I'm
past
gonna make it.
Halloween.
I'm gonna make it, man. And
Right?
then I'm posting the videos just for accountability purposes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Keep me accountable.
okay. I'm rocking with it, man.
You gotta put 75, Trump, he put out the doggone video today saying he banning all video games. So you gotta put the 75, you gotta put that in your routine. Cut out the video games for 75 days.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Nah.
Mm.
You ain't trying to show no discipline in, man.
What's wrong with video games? Ain't nothing disciplined about video games. It's like I cut out TV before I cut out video games. I cut out social media before I cut out video games. I see
Then
nothing
that's what you
wrong.
probably should work. Discipline yourself on the things that you love the most.
What? For what? I can do it, but I don't want to do it. I mean, that's stupid.
I
I,
think you
I think
hooked.
that's. I'm not hooked on it. I'm not hooked on it at
Okay.
all. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it. That's my little getaway. Like
Mm.
That boy can't. He can't hear. That boy be fiending, dog. You take them damn PlayStation controllers away from him, them
I
controllers
don't
away.
play PlayStation.
Whatever the
I'm a
controller is, boy, I guarantee you, boy, you be
no.
itching.
I don't. I actually don't play it on weekends and stuff like that. I don't play video games on weekends and stuff.
Okay,
Just don't.
I hear
I
that, man.
just
Life
enjoy it.
been
Honestly, I play the video games because I get to hang out with the homies. We sit and we just really that's all it is. We
Oh, y'all
sit,
gotta go
chop it
touch the
up.
grass, man. Yeah, y'all gotta
Man, we
take a
all in
walk.
different
Take a walk.
places, man. We do that too.
Okay,
You
what's
know.
up? Now, life been on my end. A couple of roadblocks that came up my way, but like what Nova was saying, just trying to flow with it. Take the punches as they come, and not like panic and stress out over anything. Just praying and meditating, and just let God lead the way, dog. I think that's the only thing that you can do when life really. Like you can't really like you know go off the ledge on it. So um,
Yeah.
it's
I'm a,
been
Yes.
but I'm gonna try to get the videos out in the morning. That'd be the struggle.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I
drop
wake
a
up.
go ahead. My bad. I mean cut you off.
Nah, I just be like this morning. I had it ready, but then I got a phone call and it was uploading. And then when it finally uploaded, it was the wrong video. It wasn't the one I had. It wasn't the one I had added the intro and outro on.
mm,
I was like, dang, bro. I tried to get it in the morning, bro.
yeah. We don't need you to upload the wrong footage.
Nah, I don't.
I
I'm
know
not
we
doing that.
uncut. We ain't trying to be that uncut. How lifing on your end, bro?
Yeah.
Just vibing, man. Same, a little bit of the same, bro. Just it's that time of the year, bro. I love the fall. It's my favorite time of the year. I'm gonna say this every show in the fall, man. I love this time of year. Weather's breaking. Um, just enjoying every moment, man. It's been a roller coaster rise of the kids kind of got a little mini fall break with the hurricane, so they was all last week. So just enjoying any little time I could get. This is my daughter's senior year, so just enjoying whatever presents we can. You know what I'm saying? Why before she, the dynamics of the house change a little bit next year. You feel me? Once she's out of here, man. So just trying to appreciate the fall as much as possible. Anniversary tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, happy anniversary, man.
Yeah, boy,
Shout
about
out
to,
to that.
about to take the splash down.
You going to Louis Vuitton?
Nah. We ain't doing none of that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Louis Vuitton done? You ain't got the
Nah.
Balenciaga?
Even if I was doing it, I'm
Balenciaga?
not even going up in there, bro. I'm just, you
Yeah,
feel
nah,
me?
bro, don't fuck with Louis.
Yeah,
Balenciaga?
making like I don't need those status symbols and things like that. Like our culture normally needs to feel like they, made it. That's just not my bag, bruh. I would try to find some black designer that could probably put some money in their pocket.
Mm.
But Louis Vuitton, Gucci, that's not really a status symbol for me personally, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get it. Anybody that likes it, kudos to you, but it's just not my thing. You feel me? But
I ain't getting that shit.
it's been dope, bro. The hurricane slowed down some business a little bit, but we still trying to bounce back from that. Recover from communication breakdowns during the hurricane. Since we're a Florida-based company, largely on what we do, the Tampa area is what we do a lot of business out of. So they were hit the heaviest. One of the dudes that we're talking to, he just got his power back last night. So trying to show some empathy and not jump the gun and hey, bro, I need this, I need that. So
Yeah.
you got business to take care of, but at the same time, you gotta be empathetic of what's going on in their real life, outside of business. So
You don't
just
hit them with the
weighing
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, forget all that. What
Oh,
hey,
I,
where my where my stuff at?
no, I give her credit on because outside looking in, I didn't even like think about a lot of the stuff. I'll hit him up like, hey, you called such and such, or hey, you check on this, and he was like, hey, bro, it's a hurricane, and you gotta like be mindful of people's circumstances. And my dad, Pop had hit me up today. Well, we was talking, and he was driving through the acreage,
Yeah,
and
it's
like
crazy.
all them damn like tornadoes was touching down everywhere. And like one of my friends, she posted on Facebook like her
Same.
neighborhood, like
Yeah.
how like tornadoes came through and just fucked that shit up. So Pop
Yeah,
was like,
we
"Yo, go ahead."
nah, bro, I didn't mean to cut you. I thought you was done. Go
No,
ahead.
Pop was like, he was just driving, and he was driving through the acreage, and I guess he didn't really see like the aftermath of the tornadoes. He heard about the hurricanes, but he drove through this one neighborhood in the acreage. He was like, "Yo, whoa!" He's like, "Man, this is like some devastation. I didn't even know like it was this close to us." Um, but I found that like one, it kind of put things in perspective as far as like when we see things, we in different states.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Georgia, you in California, and we don't really understand like the proximity of everything when it pop off. But when he kind of like was telling me, and I know where he lived at and where he was driving, I was like, oh damn, that's close to home. That could have really impacted our personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those we weren't even in the storm path. So we're in the southeast, about an hour away from Miami, on Tri County area, and the hurricane path was on the west coast of Florida in the Gulf, and we're on the Atlantic coast of Florida. So we weren't in the path, but this is the first time I've seen a hurricane affect the entire state, and it hadn't even hit land, hadn't even had landfall. There was tornadoes going from Jacksonville all the way down to where we at, and past us to Miami. To be real with you, and F3s, man, just landing all around us. I was like joking with my wife. She was telling me to put up, like asking if I was gonna put up shutters and get sandbags and all that stuff. And I'm just like, oh, we're not really in the path. But just seeing a storm, that storm broke tornado records. That many tornadoes had never touched down in 24 hours. So it broke some like historical records. Thank God there was a cool front coming in that broke it up before it got to the West Coast. But yeah, I was just trying to be mindful, bro. Like people be going through, like if you ain't got no power, you ain't really, ate like you supposed to in a few days, and you dealing with like flooding and down trees, and you worried about if you got business, you worried about that property. If you got several properties, you're dealing with a lot of insurance. So just trying to be mindful because I done been through it, and to call somebody about business when they stressing insurance and life and flooding, it could burn a business bridge, man. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not if you don't have the right people skills, man. So just playing it all by ear, bro. But you know, it's still gonna all do what it do. It's gonna be a successful endeavor. We're not really stressing it too much. God always in control, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't stressing it. But that's been my week in a nutshell. That's been my fall in a nutshell, bro. You know, uh, I just I don't know, bro. I don't really stress no more. It's like everything always works itself out. You feel me? So it's not really worth stressing. Just on to the next move, man, and letting God do what He do. So every time there's bad news, everything full circle, everything always evens itself out, and I get
Yeah.
good news. So
Mm.
just take it one day at a time, bro. It all evens itself out. As below, as above, so below. What they say is what they say, right?
Yeah, that's a
I
good.
I
Go
never
ahead,
heard
Nova.
that. No, I never heard that.
What-
I never heard that saying.
You said ass up top, what below?
Coochie.
As above, so below, something like that. It's like an African saying, bro. You gotta up your African
Oh,
sayings, bro. You got all the MAGA sayings, but you ain't got the African sayings. That's all.
God, yeah, he.
My African American ain't got the African American sayings.
Mm-mm.
I ain't got him. I'm out of touch.
Yeah, that sounds about
Honestly,
right.
I'm out of touch. Well, what's
That sounds about right. How your fall going though, Nova? What you guys it's what it's mid October right now. A couple more days, 2 more weeks before you put them costumes on. I know you already got a big mega hat ready for the streets on Halloween.
I don't really do nothing for Halloween.
Oh, y'all don't do that in the crib, Halloween?
No, like you take the kids trick or treating and stuff like that in the neighborhood.
Ah, my kids old, man. They to the age now they want to just either hand out candy or just find something to watch at the crib. I wouldn't mind like finding something like going through like a black horror movie like bag
Mm-hmm.
and just like watch some of that stuff with them. But we'll see.
Yeah, now the kids be wanting to walk around, collect candy in the neighborhood and stuff. It's just one neighborhood. It's close by. Um, they be handing out like full size candy bars and stuff. Every house,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
every
you better
house.
go over there. Your 75 days gonna be out of there.
that boy done, ain't it?
It's a
Mhm.
wrap. But you know what?
Yeah,
I
we
haven't even
seen
been.
you pacing around Costco for them chocolate chip cookies. So when they bring out that full king size Snicker, nigga, you gonna flop.
I'm a fold. Nah, I haven't even been wanting any candy or anything, bro. Believe it or not,
Okay,
I've been cooling, man. I haven't ate candy in a minute, to be honest. But
I didn't
chocolate,
think
I don't eat candy, but chocolate.
I really didn't think trick or treat really don't hit the same how we when we was growing up. Like it's just like different now.
Bro, we didn't even really dress up. They just like put some stuff on your face and gave you a pillowcase and you just or a trash bag and you just run around trick or treat. Baby, what you supposed to be? Shit, I don't know. Whatever. A cat? I don't know. Something.
Mhm. Let's
Something,
get into
bro.
the docket, man. What y'all boys think about the test? Tesla drops a bunch of new products, or they announced a bunch of new products this past week. Elon Musk put on quite a show with some of the products. So they got a iRobot, Robo Taxi. The robot's called Optimus. They got a Robo Taxi and a Robo Van, and they also announced a phone. Um, that started first with the robot.
They
What's
got a
y'all
phone?
impression? Yeah, they got a phone coming out. It's supposed to be $100. They trying to compete with Apple, make an affordable phone, smartphone. Um,
He ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, no, he gonna be able to do it. I mean, my a lot of this stuff they've been talking about it in different like it depends on your algorithm and stuff. Um, my first impression, like when I saw like we sitting around here fighting over like immigrants and people that come in here, these are the motherfuckers that are about to take your jobs, like these damn robots. Um, motherfucker coming out with their own currency, their own form of money. I'm thinking like power, like they own some like he's about to be like the richest man in the world on some like Iron Man type shit. Like he gonna have the ability to be able to take over a lot of shit. If I don't know, man. My mind
Speaking
just went a lot of different directions, but I think definitely the job market gonna change when these damn robots and stuff start rolling out. As far as what they're gonna be able to do, he got the Starlink shit going on. That's why he's doing these launches to outer space as far as being able to compete with Apple. Apple is already falling off behind damn the droids. They're already behind them. So like they got to compete. An old boy who Tim Scott, he haven't really figured out how to compete with like all this new stuff that's coming out. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack to be real with you. But, but I don't know. It depends on like where you at and how you see it and where it's going. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that they say movies kind of dictate on how the future and everything's gonna be. Like if you look at like Our Robot and a lot of them old like the movies where robots and shit will start to take over. It's some scary shit.
I'm good on the robot. Stephanie say she said the phone about to be trash and the release won't actually be until 2040 for the robots. Um,
Okay.
but I don't know. I mean, I'm always open to new technology, but robots. I mean, what do we need them for? That's what I gotta ask. What's the need?
What they needed for to be employees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to provide them insurance to be soldiers in war. Like you don't have to worry about infantry and people actually dying. I just think it's a way they talking about the starting price from starting at 20 to 30 grand. You buy one of those, you know what type of investment that you spend on an employee, you're gonna spend more than 20, 30 grand on a decent employee.
Mhm.
So it just like Trey said, it kills the workforce. You know, it takes away manual labor in a lot of different senses.
Man, I'm
Um,
Yeah.
my whole thing is, and you're right with business. But if you want to know if that really works, listen to these Indian call centers, bro. You ever call one of them and
Man, that shit. All right.
try
it
to
is
get
working.
something?
Has the world stopped?
No, but I'm just saying it's
Okay,
so
then it's
ineffective.
working.
It's so ineffective, man. Like, bro, is all they do is read the script. That's it. That's all they do. Read the script, and they don't do nothing
Who
else.
has went back to a traditional call center since? Hey, we've been complaining about this for well over a decade, like 15, 20 years. I used to work at a call center, but what call centers are going un-Indian?
No, they're going
Mm-mm.
Filipino now. They switched to Filipino.
No, they about to go
No,
robot.
boy, yeah, they about to go robot. India better figure their shit out too. When Elon
Yeah.
drop these motherfuckers robots out, once these robots hit the street, everybody better. Hey, I seen some people saying they got like if you smart, you want to buy like a fleet of robots to kind of like run different operations of your business and stuff. So
Yeah, they are cheaper than people. I'm telling you, people tend to make themselves more of a liability than an asset when it comes to businesses. Certain aspects, you're not going to be able to replace them with robots. But and
but
some
you,
and some like those like fast food restaurants, yeah, because they're getting $20 an hour out here to flip a burger. So yeah, I'll get a robot quick if I owned a McDonald's
bro,
fast
he talking
food.
about
Like,
restaurants. He's talking about the cars. They be able to drive you like
yeah,
they making cars with no damn like pedals now. Like they talking about taking out different industries. All this is gonna impact a lot of people, bro.
Okay, here's a real the actual it says Musk now plans to begin limited production on the Optimus robot in 2025 for the company's internal use. Optimus should then become available to sell to other companies by 2026.
yeah.
So it's not 2040. It's
No, I'm talking about for I
2026.
think home use for 40, right?
Yeah, about for the regular people, but
Yeah, but he always make these outlandish promises, and then it be like give him about 15 years before it come through.
No, I think them shits is ready to go. I just think they're more concerned in my like real deal.
no,
I
I'm
think
laughing. I agree. I'm laughing because I agree. My bad.
no, you good, but I think they're ready to go. I think they're concerned with just like Siri or any other AI technology. It has somewhat of a conscience. So there are certain things they haven't tested that they don't know of yet. You know, I think they are testing around when I think these things do start to gain some, thoughts of their own a little bit. Like even Chat GPT, there's nobody upgrading the Chat GPT with information, but it tends to get smarter on its own.
Yeah,
The
because it's learning.
technology
We
is
giving
next
it
level.
everything. We give it everything. Like the smart. Like I said it on a couple shows ago. The data is probably the most important thing in the world right now. That's the like most expensive thing. The data that they collect from everything. These from driving on the road, from talking on the phone, the words you use, how you use it, the tone you use. All these things are listening and collecting this data, and they're basically just getting smarter, understanding things, adding feelings and emotions, and knowing what to say in these robots. Like you say, Chat GPT, nobody updates it, but it gets smarter and smarter because of what we feed it. It understands us. So it's just like an algorithm, man. It pivots to what you need based on what you do, or even these phones, like you say something, you pick up your phone, next thing you know, you got an advertisement for you. You never even clicked on something.
Yeah, I think that's the only holdup right now with some of the releases. I think the government also is going to try to control some of what get released. Just because of the robots possibly taking over on something. I think, like Trey said, what they put in movies, in every aspect, they just testing it out in that and warning you and giving, introducing it to society in that way. But I think the biggest fear is those robots taking over, especially if they start being police force and other things, which I think
Mm-hmm.
is going to happen. And you can't change the future. You can't change technology. There's nothing you can control. Only thing you can control is, because if the chat GPT is getting that smart, like, it could absolutely do any job, not just manual labor. Like, we're starting off. I think it's gonna start as, yeah, it's going to do, flip burgers, and do
It's
shock
already
step
doing that
shelves.
in certain things.
Yeah, it's gonna do like the basic things, but eventually some of these robots are gonna be lawyers. Some of these robots are gonna be like straight up doctors,
Oh yeah.
like straight up.
How you know if
Like, so
how you know if your robot good?
No, I think they
they're gonna
all
have a
gonna
track
probably.
record like a human has a track record, a winning record. I think technology is going to that space where these things are gonna be able to do what humans do, and then like the world, like, I think that's how you get to socialism.
Yeah, you're gonna either buy the Cricket wireless robot or you're gonna buy, you know what I'm saying, the motherfucking robot that got all the doggone bells and whistles.
These comments. You watching these comments on Facebook, Trey?
No, but I
No.
want I want a robot. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I want a robot. I would buy a robot. Think about it. Your robot could drive for you. It could do your kids' homework with your kid. It could cut the grass. Like, buying like at 20 grand.
That's what you
If they
have
offering
kids
this,
for.
no, my kids ain't teaching they self homework.
How
Oh
you
yeah.
What are you
gonna
talking about?
you gonna leave the kid? Hey, go robot, go
They
robot up
doing it
there.
anyway.
4
These kids
plus
are already
4.
cheating on homework with Chat
4 plus
Oh, yeah.
GPT.
4.
And
Hey man,
they bringing out the BBL robots too.
boy,
Shit,
you
boy,
out of line.
people in
So
trouble.
could you imagine the robot looking at the kid? I said 4 plus 4. 4 plus. Boy, you about an idiot.
Man, them kids already learning off these robots, bro.
Stephanie say I feel attacked, not lawyers.
Yeah,
uh, Richard say I saw a bro at supermarket and he grabbed some gluten free bread. I let him know that he had a pack of gluten free bread and it was more expensive. My brother asked for how long gluten was free.
hey, we gotta let the people know we got the new call in feature, man. Nova.
Yes, sir. You put the number down there.
Oh yeah, the number's strolling and rolling. But it's definitely a lot of concerns to be with these robots and like the future. And then I think it's just for us, we just as a whole, we just got to figure out how we adapt and how we like gonna fit in this society if this were to unveil. Like
Mm-hmm.
even if it's were like I know Stephanie was saying 2040, but I think you should start planning now to like, all right, what does the job market, what does everything like look like in the future for your kids and everybody else? Like everything like for you, like I think a lot of stuff that like the skills and everything that we learn is gonna start fading away, and everything else is gonna be towards what the future looks like. So yeah, I think you should look at those industries for your kids and whatnot and seeing like the jobs that they think is going to be
Coding.
around.
Coding, man. That's where it's
Yeah,
gonna be
somebody
at.
got to code on robots, huh? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's where the job's gonna be at, man. Coding. If your kids get your kids into coding ASAP, telling you, teach your
By the
kids
time our
coding.
kids get up, coding's gonna be old.
Nah, you could learn coding in like 16 weeks and then be very proficient in like a year or two. And then
Yeah,
you
people
just
say the
build.
same shit about Spanish. Motherfuckers still walk around there. Motherfuckers still ain't can't speak Spanish.
Now, I think our technology changes way too fast, man, and it's moving way too fast. I think like most of this stuff is gonna be like, there only gonna be like 4 or 5 real companies out there, like as far as technology. And then how many
Mm-hmm.
coders can you possibly hire
As many as you
at those
can
four or
to
five
because
companies?
them codes gonna they ain't gonna write themselves, and they're gonna be having to write 24 hours a day,
Bro, them computers
7
about
days
to
a
take
week.
over all that shit, bro. Like, watch what I tell you.
Computer can't code
Um,
itself. You still gotta plug it into. We still have to plug it into it.
no, that's what they're afraid of. of it getting its own conscience and thinking for itself
Hmm.
Yeah, and then you got a whole robot that can be able to plug that motherfucker in himself.
and think for
Then we just
himself
gotta unplug
and
it.
recode himself, right? Like I think, and also like more products that he's coming out with, it's just taking away even the taxi service. You know, you got a car that drives around itself. You know, you got a van that
Hmm.
fits 20 people. You know, all these things that drive like these are cutting out jobs. This also cuts tech companies, not just taxi drivers, but Uber Eats and all those different companies. Like he can really mastermind and take over a lot of different industries with the technology he has. So he's infiltrating on. He's already infiltrated social media and he's in the car industry. He's trying to get into the phone industry, but now he's competing with the food apps like Uber Eats and even just plain Uber, you know, and Lyft. So the tech
That's
is just
good because you ain't
crazy
gotta worry
next
about
level.
nobody stealing your fries. Do you
No,
still
Yeah,
have to
but
tip it? Do you still have to tip a robot?
what is
Because if I don't
society
got to
like
tip,
though?
if I don't tip a robot, I'm good. We can replace. We can start robots now.
What is society like if there's no jobs?
You get everybody get a income, and then you find some other way to sell some other stuff to make another source of income. Everybody get like what's that? A set income from the government,
Yeah,
hmm,
and then you make money by selling something that the robots can't do. You know
hmm,
what I'm saying?
good
So
luck. Also, like,
yeah. That's exactly what it's gonna be.
we
Like
have a lot of free
you,
time. That's what people want anyway, right? They want all this free time. They want to travel, go to the beaches.
but to what expense?
no, I think it's gonna take away from a lot of things, and it's gonna take society, like you know, even music, because they've already been trying and flirting with AI artists.
AI music, yeah.
Yeah, so like even from that standpoint, when you start taking away the like avenues for people to get rich and people to make regular like work salaries and work their way up a corporate ladder, when you start taking these things away, and people right now are spoon fed how to live in a lot of sense. So when you take away all these, just filling out an application, I go get a job. When you take that away, I think it's gonna get very dangerous.
I
To
see.
be real with you, yeah.
Then on top of that, if you really paying attention to what they're trying to do in the currency world and the crypto world, it could really they could really like take over some shit.
Hmm.
It's all good, but
Man,
you just
you
got
know,
to you got to see this world for what it is and start adjusting. You know, like adjusting your skill
yeah,
set, what you're building. Like if you whatever you got going on in your personal life, like turn your passions into a profit. Turn your passions, things you love, into a business because of some sort. Because a reality is coming one day when they're gonna snatch these jobs away. They keep showing us bit by bit. The dude that owns LinkedIn predicted this like 2 months ago. He said by 2026, he don't think a 9 to 5 is gonna be a regular thing.
hmm,
He thinks it's going to be going away. And this is the owner of the guy that runs the biggest job app in America, in the world. And he's predicting that same exact thing. And then you see, you know, Tesla with all the technology coming out with this stuff. So they're giving us the breadcrumbs. You can pay
yep.
attention to the celebrity Diddy stuff and everything else that don't even pertain to like real life moves, or you could like, you know, watch what the world's about to turn into and start adjusting somewhat so you're not caught blindsided.
I think we got a call coming in, but I ain't 1,000% sure. Nova, I don't know if you can answer it on your end.
I can't.
Mm.
I get. I can get your number to redirect them to, so I can answer it.
What are we doing right now? What are we doing? Are we podcasting? Come on, man.
No, I hung up on the call. If you was trying to call in, I'm sorry, we don't have the call shit figured out. So my bad, our bad on that.
It's calling through live or is like leaving a message.
It was calling through live. You have the live the setting thing that we were trying to test out. But I think we was talking about
I just here's the thing. Like people always complain about jobs this and jobs that and doing this and that, and now you about to have the answer to it because then you ain't got no jobs. Like it's already places. It's already just look at the manufacturing world. Remember the car plant? Like they used to have all these people on the assembly line, and then they replaced them with robots. And they kind of stripped it down to like the bare minimum. So think of a factory having like 2,000 workers, right? and then they just boom, they go down to 75 workers. That's significant. That's
No,
significant.
Uh,
You
It
know.
I
improves
think
the
what
workforce too, though, man. Like if you think about it, bro, if you're a business owner and you just getting down to just profit and turning a
Oh
profit,
yeah.
right? Like you buy these robots. It don't take no days off. It don't get sick. You don't get vacation. Don't get attitudes. You don't gotta fire it. Like it eliminates a lot of the fluff out of business, man. If a hurricane come, whatever may be going on, bro. Like pandemics hit, the robot's not getting sick. Like you don't have to like put it back inside and shelter it and put a mask on it or anything like that, bro. It just changes a lot of things from a business owner perspective. It make profits higher, but in a realistic standpoint, us getting out into the world and the way we socialize with each other, because that's a lot of people's social life is at work. I think when you script a lot of people's jobs, bro, like people gonna be a little lost, man, because that's been like their purpose a little bit. But I think it's good in another way because I think that's what we're here for. We're not here to work. We're not here to go to work 9 to 5 until we 75 years old and then go retire off and die somewhere, bro. Our purpose is bigger than that. I think if you do strip away these jobs, like people gonna have to find their purpose or they're gonna go absolutely crazy. But I think it's not a bad thing if people, are willing to adjust with life. Um, but
Man, I don't
it's
want to
some
live in no
socialism on the
I
way.
don't want to live in no government socialized subsidized housing, bro. I don't want to live in no high rise with like 10 million people in the high rise. I like my house. I like my seclusion. I like to be isolated. I don't want to be in no
Right.
your
apartment
ass better
building.
like how to adapt, then, because a
Nah,
lot of this
son,
shit about to change.
son. Nah, leave
Um,
me out. Leave me out in the pasture. I'm good. Leave me out in the farmland, bro. I'll run the robots out there on the farm.
I think it's
I,
gonna be a battle of the have and the have nots, and we was talking about like when the price point from the start, right, is like 20 to 30,000. And that's just starting out. The average person can't like afford to be able to buy like multiple robots to be able to
Man,
do
people
shit like that.
people buying dogs for that price, boy.
yeah, for
Yeah,
twenty
they
five
they
Like
they
thousand,
real
can't they
thirty.
shit.
can't they can't really afford it though.
They
Well,
buying it,
well, if
right?
they
You
buying it,
imagine
then we shouldn't
you
be
imagine
complaining
owning it.
about all this doggone shit going on in the world and in the economy. Then if they
That
buying a
dude right
thirty
there,
thousand dollar,
he sell $35,000 dog, man. This
People are
guy right
buying them.
here.
But like I'm just saying, like what people could actually go spend on, like on a robot. Yeah, I think it's not gonna be that far fetched. It's what you doing with the robot. But yeah, bro. Like I might get me a whip and all. Like I'm gonna have me a little robot slave,
oh
100.
yeah,
percent
I think.
Man, I'm gonna let them call me master and all that shit, boy.
Oh man, you gonna have them? You gonna have them picking cotton and shit?
I ain't got no cotton for him to pick, but I'm gonna treat him like like he like robot he is.
Hey,
Mm.
Stephanie say y'all better learn how to garden and sew. And Malik was like,
No,
he
robot
been
taking
doing
that shit.
fast for 24 years. He good. So y'all better learn how to garden and sew.
No,
Nah, my robot
I
gonna
think
do
what
all
we
that
need to
shit for me.
learn though is um because somebody's gonna have to train the robot. And like when you look at like even LinkedIn and it was talking about the projection and the future way jobs is going. I think the future now like um who can use the robot the best is where the
Who
future.
uses your phone? Who trains your phone?
You train your phone.
You just update it. But if you're not really doing nothing, you just update it. And that's what you're gonna be doing with the computers, the robot. The owners are just gonna be doing little software updates and shit. And I think AI, just like AI work on your phone, and you don't know who's the little like it's just gonna be the same way. I don't think it's gonna be like a whole big new workforce in that whole department. I think a lot of this technology runs. That's what makes it so dope and
Do you think
powerful that
violence go
it
down?
kind of self reliant.
Hmm?
You think
No, I
you
think
think
violence.
No, the
Uh,
motherfucking Bloods and Crips gonna buy all the robots, nigga.
do I think Violence goes. That's a good question. I think violence could go up because of lack of right, like in the hood, or in bad neighborhoods across the world. Like where there's just a lack of opportunities, crime go up, right? So the lack of opportunities could bring more crime, but it depends on what type of socialism they got. Are they controlling the streets and keeping us inside? Do we got curfews? Because I think a lot of that it could get crazy and they start implementing a lot of things like curfews, etc.
Man, you
But
can build some robots to go steal some and rob some shit.
so what you gonna send your robot off? Everybody get a robot. You gonna send your robot off to work for you, and they're gonna earn your wages,
Yeah.
and then you get to spend the money to the robot. So then, like,
No, I don't
if
think that's
it's
how it works. I think the company's just gonna buy their own robots. What they gonna have? You gonna hire your robot? I just go buy my own robot.
that's what I'm saying. So they're gonna put everybody in
Yeah.
government subsidized housing, bro. They're gonna build these high rises, stick y'all in there. I ain't with that.
I don't like that
I
y'all
ain't with
talk.
that, man. I ain't, cause y'all gonna submit. I'm gonna go be with the resistance. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be with the resistance.
That's all interesting, man. But I just like to put that on, on the table so people can kind of know what's going on in the world, man. Not just some cool robots on the way, but they also come to take y'all damn jobs.
And if they got that
So,
hot tour robot, boy, they about to take over your household too.
get caught cheap with a
No,
robot.
I'm
Stephanie say, progress
robot
scares
box.
folks sometimes. I can see folks reverting back to the old ways and having Amish-like communities popping up everywhere.
Amish.
Yeah, because they don't
Hell
do
no.
electricity and stuff.
Yeah, we not about no Amish type vibes.
No, I think that's a realistic world of people making small communities that are still like regular life, affordable housing. Some of the old jobs like Amish people, their community, they're like self-reliant where they have their own welder, their own carpenter, their own roofer, all in that community where everybody has like these jobs. So I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard when the Amish man see these robots come out and somebody else farming the doggone land, and they farming that motherfucker faster than what little John could.
Malik say the issue gonna be when me and my software engineer friends start hacking on robots. That's what it's really gonna be.
If y'all ain't hacking shit now, y'all ain't finna hack Elon robots. Y'all boys go hack some shit now. We get this shit popping now. If y'all can't do it now, y'all damn sure ain't finna hit the robots, man.
Man, yeah, Elon got y'all pinned out 10 miles away. Y'all niggas can't hack none of this shit. Hack one of them damn space shuttles that's flying up there, then y'all
Boy,
can hack.
you don't know about these YNs, boy. Them little scammers, they scamming now. These little YNs, boy. They be 15 with a whole bunch of money scamming. They be getting it, man. These YNs, bro, they different. They built different.
Shout out to the YNs.
I was checking out social media the other day. I'm on Instagram and I scrolled by. I follow Arie Lennox, one of my favorite artists, woman artist for sure. And she had a post on there. She be struggling with social media, so she put this long post on here. I don't know if I want to read the whole thing. Try to read the whole thing. It's a lot. Say, hey, love, I'm working on a plan to transition off of social media for good. I don't believe I'll ever mature and be happy as long as I have it. So my last day of socials will be December 18th. My bad, my throat killing me, bro. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
My last day of social media will be December 18th, my 2-year sobriety anniversary. I will be deleting Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok permanently. The fear of losing brand deals, music sales, ninjas, and bitches will no longer keep me here. To all of my beautiful fans, I'm just not happy nor thriving here. I have a very toxic and codependent relationship with these apps. My happiness is worth more to me than using these platforms to promote. I truly believe I can and I could get creative with marketing elsewhere. I ain't gonna read the whole thing, but pretty much that's it. She's saying that she's gonna leave social media December after she drops her album, and she's just going cold turkey because the apps don't keep her in a happy space. I don't even think it's bad. I'm interested to see how it all plays out because you do need social media to promote things. I don't know how she's gonna get her marketing. I don't know how her team's gonna feel about this. Like her business team, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people under her that's employed, even with the social media. I'm pretty sure somebody helps run that. Like those are jobs that are going to be cut. So I'm interested to see how it all plays out. But I also know what these apps do to our minds, and our brains and our happiness a little bit. So I just thought that was unique.
Just log off. It ain't that serious, bro.
No, that shit harder than what you just say. Just log off. Like it's
what?
everywhere. Like it's.
Well, do that challenge? Do the 75 days. See if you can go without it. See if you can go without social media for 75 days. To me, I just log off. It don't bother me that much.
Yeah, I mean, go 75 days without it then.
I've done it. I've gone years without social media.
I think like in this day and age where a lot of like business and like it's just a lot of stuff that intertwines with like social media and being able to like it depends on like what industry you in and like what you trying to do with it.
But she can get people to run.
I've been off the grid. I was stationed in Alaska, so and I got rid of everything for 3 years. But also I can see like in this day and age where like it's not as easy as one would say to just go off the grid, you know, like just to cut everything out in her world, you know. You
Yeah,
got to look at like where she at in her career, you know, and what she used as far as to get to where she at in her career. I'm pretty sure social media has a lot to do with it.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you just you look at her age. She's not from our era, so she grew up with it. She never had. She's 33 years old, so the age she started using social media and the age we were grown ass people. So like our will, our world, our perspective is just totally different. And
Mhm.
her interaction with social media is gonna be different with that size of a platform. You know, it's a lot of negative people that just be in your comments. If you just go read celebrity comments, it'd be absolutely wild. And I'd be telling myself if I was that big in a lot of like circumstances, I would just cut my comments off because people just be negative for no reason. It don't matter what the post be. It's just always
exactly.
somebody negative in a celebrity post. But she's just from an era where she probably got her first social media account when she was like 9 years old, 10 years old, and cutting it off from that aspect because social media is in today's world people's lives. Like as much as like we're saying like cut it off, but I talk about it so much on here because I know how much it's affecting the dynamics of real life, especially when it pertains to like black relationships, black men, black women dynamic. Like social media has helped driving a wedge between our community and families in a lot of different aspects. So to see her say she's gonna cut it off, it's like you pretty much throwing money out the window.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean, she can get people to run it though. She ain't got to cut it off. She can hand her phone number to her team. I'm pretty sure she could. She makes enough money to where she can hand it to somebody in her team to run her social media account, and she could be still away from it, not on her phone that she has in her hand and not have access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, in that aspect, I
Stephanie
just
said Stephanie said this nigga 4 days in a 75 hard and now he the willpower expert.
I am. But that's the comments on now. If you can see them, so they from Facebook, they up there now. I
I got you,
fixed
I
it.
got you.
So but that's how I feel. Like just it was a football player. He said he was gonna commit suicide. I think Montgomery, the running back for Detroit Lions, saying he was about to commit suicide because of what people were saying on social media, and it was a call from his nephew saying that he missed him and stuff. And I'm just like, how are y'all letting random comments get drive you? That's like we've gotten away from building resiliency in people. You know what I'm saying? Remember the whole thing, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words shall never hurt me. Like we forgot about that. You know,
Nah, words hurt, bro. Like it's just not real. It was a cool little
it
jingle, but
depend on who it's from. It depend on
Boy, I got some
words
words that are gonna cut. Boy, some
words
people that got
words
some
from somebody you admire and you
words
love
hurt,
and
bro.
you respect. Yes, they hurt. Word from a random person, bro. I don't care about your opinion enough for you to get me off my rocker. Cool, bro. Like it is what it is. I
no,
keep going.
I get why she's cutting it off. And depending on what I get, like I want to cut it off too, and not from a like I don't think you don't want people to have access to you. Like even if somebody else running the page, like for the average person to be able to get to something that I am on to leave negativity, like people don't want to lend their likeness to a lot of that energy. Um,
Mm.
I haven't seen her have real like mental breakdowns or anything like that. She has her own little battle with going back and forth with fans and dealing with people in those different aspects. But I never seen her have like a meltdown. But like lending your likeness and people being accessible itself is like you gotta set boundaries in life. You feel me? And that's just a real hard boundary. Like we're making social media normal when it's not normal. for a total stranger to have an opinion about your life and could just
But
go
they
and
put
say
their
it.
life
That
out
ain't
there though. You ain't got to put your
we
life on
we're all
posting.
on social media,
I
right?
know, but
And that's what she's doing. She's taking herself off. I
but
mean,
I'm
clearly
saying
she
she
don't have
don't
to put
have to.
herself on there.
Yeah, she like I say, she can hand it over to a management team to run it.
But that's what I'm saying. She don't even like it ain't about the team. It's like you're
It's-
making yourself accessible to a person that you don't have to make yourself accessible at all. It's not about her seeing the comments. The fact that you're lending your energy to the world, right? And then
That's what
a
she doing in
stranger in
music.
Arkansas, a
She doing the
stranger in
same thing in
Arkansas.
music.
no, but
No,
it's
we could never get at Michael Jackson. Like there was no way.
yeah.
You could get at Michael Jackson if you
No
at
way,
the
bro.
time if you had news
Ain't no way
reporting,
your ass and
if you
doggone
was a news
Alexander,
reporter, you're a
Louisiana gonna be
We're
able
tabloids.
to
not
You
get.
think
dealing we're not dealing with news reporters. We're talking about just fans. Like there was no access for us to get to and our mom and dads to get to Marvin Gaye. Like it just wasn't a world. And now with social media, while we try to make it normal, it's just not normal to have your energy and it or your likeness out there on the screen, and anybody from anywhere can come throw negativity at you at any point in time. That's just not normal. We make things normal that really isn't that normal at all. You know what I'm saying? So I could get wanting to pull your existence, your
hmm,
whole existence from something. And it's just like, yo, find something else to hate, but it won't be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it.
Yeah,
I
same.
just
I mean,
shit don't bother
we
me.
was talking before the show, and I was telling y'all about like my experience I had at therapy, and then my phone was just going off throughout the whole session. And then my therapist
Access.
looked at me, and then she was like, "Damn," she said, "This happened." She's like, "This is your life every day." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, you gotta set boundaries. You gotta make changes because like you're too accessible. Like it just like you can't even get care. Like you in a space to get care, and then throughout your whole session, your phone is going off. Like you're not even getting the care you need. And I didn't even like get it, until she said like you need to. I didn't even know how to set like notifications and stuff on my phone to be able to create a space to where like I have time to myself.
Shit,
And
7 o'clock. My phone gone. Do not disturb. 7 o'clock. I got over 2,000 missed text messages that I haven't responded to. Bro, if I
That is self with me. Like I don't even want to see that notification of 2,000 no
I don't
like
care. I don't
missed
care.
calls. I know that we all saying that, right? We know you don't care, but the average human being would care about that, bro. That's a lot of stress and pressure to have. If I open my phone, I see whatever missed text that I have my
yeah,
read receipts on too because I just like the people to know that I read their text. And I'm not avoiding them. So I have my read receipts on. But when I open my phone, I got like 60, 70 texts. They're just sitting there. That's anxiety to me because that's like things I got to catch up
bro,
on, like whatever somebody's asking
Shit.
me for a business, personal, whatever it may
that's
be.
real
So
shit.
you got to set like boundaries. It may not bother you, but the average person it does. That's the reason why they put the features in the app because it be fucking people up. And then there's like I need to do more research. I could pull a Google up, but I was googling something the other day that was talking about the research on like just phones in general, not even social media, how they create anxiety and they affect your mental health. All of this
Hmm.
shit being accessible is not good mental health, bro. Like being at the mercy of people, people can get in contact with you at any point in time. That's what social media is. There's some people that will call your ass on Facebook Messenger. I had to cut that shit off because I'm just like, bro, I don't want like a random person on Facebook to be able to call me. But you could pick up your phone right now and call
All
somebody
is
on
that.
Instagram Messenger. And that's
Yeah.
too accessible. You should have to ask a girl for her phone number. Now you ain't even gotta ask girls for their phone number no more, man. You could
You ain't
just
gotta
get in
ask for
her
nude
comments
pictures
and her
either. They just
DM
post them.
because everybody's accessible, bro. Like I just think that's fucking up the world.
Oh.
There's too much
Bro,
accessibility going on.
even beyond the socials, like one of the things that I was dealing with was like my emails. Like when I would log on to work and my inbox, you see the notification. Like you said, you saw 2,000 notifications on your phone. Imagine seeing the 2,000 notifications on your phone. Then you log into work. Boom, you got another motherfucking 2,000
I
notifications.
had
Then what?
I
Then
got
you got
900 unread emails at work.
that don't cause no type of like damn. I need to clear up my inbox. Like
Nope.
naturally, like for me, I'm like yo.
Stacks, what up?
It depends on the world you in, I guess.
Nah, it's they be. I put it like this. If it's important, you email me again. It'll come to the top of the list.
Damn, you're a cold motherfucker, boy.
Just the way it is, man.
I ain't gonna
I'm not
email
gonna
you
let
no
this.
important shit, boy. Like I
I'm
know that
not
nigga
gonna.
ain't gonna pay attention to it.
I'm not gonna get stressed about this stuff because I used to let that bother me. I did. I used to let that junk eat me up. I used to always have to respond back to people. I always felt like I was getting back to people. And then when I needed people, they wasn't there for me. And that's when I realized I ain't gonna be there for you. You can't access me at any given time or when
So
you
what's
want
the
to.
what's the what's the point of like you have the 900, like when you look at it, oh, I got 900. Is just like a trophy, or you like, oh,
No.
I need to get to these people, like where like under attention, like damn, like I need to figure
Because you
out like
still
what,
got you got to decipher through it to figure out what's important and not
right?
important. That itself is a task.
No.
There's no way you
It's
get that many text messages
listen,
and you living in the business world and just say, I'll get to all that when I get to it. You still got to, at the very
they
minimum,
got a business
decipher
phone.
through it to go through, see, okay, this is important. I need to get back with him. Oh, no, that can wait. Like, even that, like, because you got to do at least that. Like, there's nobody that's not doing that because your kids may text you, your mom may text you, everybody may text you.
They
You got
got
to
a
at
they
least
got a
decipher through it
ring.
to see what's
They
what.
got a ring. They get the little emergency thing, like my kids and stuff, and people that's important. Their thing either ping or ring. My phone's on vibrate all the time, but they can get through on the ping when they text or call. It pings or rings, so I know that's important. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is like, if I scroll down and I don't feel like responding to you, it is what it is. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It is what it is.
Yeah, I
It's
feel you,
like
but the average person, I'm tell y'all something, accessibility, it's not great for mental health. It's just not. Because the average person is just gonna like I said, the very minimum, decipher through who hit me up. Do I got to call my job back? Do I need to call my neighbor back? Do I need to call my brother back? My sister, my cousin, my mom, dad, etc. And this is just on a regular basis, bro. And then you got your Facebook notifications, then you got your Instagram notifications, then you got your emails, then you got your Twitter, then you got your TikTok. Like all of that shit adds up real quick, bro, and it could drain you. Where you don't have enough time to just think about just regular shit. So like Trey was saying, put your DNDs on, and you just gotta set boundaries. But I think social media is draining people from what life is really is, bruh. You can't. And I'm with her. I told Trey about this all the time. I want to get to a space where we build something big enough where I could cut all that shit off. Like, I don't want to be on social media whatsoever. I don't want to be accessible to people. I just don't. I like being off the grid. I don't want people to know where I'm at, what I'm doing. But if you're marketing anything in 2024, like you're crazy not to use it. So we got to use it to build whatever we're trying to build. But eventually, if you build a marketing tool that's big and you could advertise on your own platforms, then you don't need it, the social media. Then cool. But that's my ideal world,
like
bro. No social
like
media. I don't
like
want it.
for me, man, I don't this whole 75 thing is something new for me, posting, just talking every day. I went for my birthday. Flew to New Orleans, watched the LSU play, watched Saints play. I never posted about it. Never mentioned it to anybody. Had fun, had amazing. I went solo by myself because I didn't want to be bothered with anybody making decisions or me having to tell people where to be. No, I just went, had fun by myself, ate at restaurants. I met a couple people, my couple homies that was around. We sat down, we chopped it up, but I was on my own time. Did my own thing, walked around the city.
Was on demon time.
No, I really just didn't interact with nobody that for my birthday. I had a amazing time.
Yeah, boy, I
I
know.
didn't post. I didn't post about it. I didn't post any of my
He ain't trying
movements.
to get none of
None of
that
that.
problem footage out.
I ain't got no footage to hide. You want
I'm
to
just,
see
I'm
me?
just,
You want to see me screaming at the football game, enjoying myself, like just living life, just having fun, bro. It was amazing time to just
yeah, it
be by
was on
myself,
demon
bro.
time. I know demon time testimony when I hear one. Go ahead, though. Get it out.
Nah, it's just me, man. I roll solo. I'm not gonna ask nobody, beg nobody to pull up. Like people that know where I'm at. If they want to pull up, hey, yeah, and I got time in my little schedule to meet up with you for sure. Like I met up with
Yeah.
my homeboy and my homegirl. We sat down, ate, had some good ass wings.
Oh yeah.
That was it. And then I went back to the hotel,
You can get that
walked around.
75 hard footage of him eating them wings.
Oh, them wings were fire though, boy. Them boys, man, them wings, them some good old wings, boy. Them some good old wings, dog. But yeah, people like when I got back, they was like, "You went by yourself?" Yeah, I don't need people to entertain myself, bro. I don't need to be around y'all all day because it's a drain sometimes just being around people because they're they don't show up or they're making plans, and I just wanted to chill and they want to go do this, and you know.
And that's how some people feel about social media. It's a drain being around people, even digitally.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shit could be a drain. Like
I
just
agree 1000%.
your account just being there. It could just be a drain. I understand it. What we got? What else we got on the docket? So a couple of these we're gonna have to put like grab the video clips. I know y'all got the app in front of y'all. Um, let's get into this one. This is a good conversation. I want to have a conversation about like we all in relationships, man. You know how relationships could get, bro. Like relationship could get. It has its ups and its downs. But how do you stay romantic during like disagreement periods, like where it's just like beef and shit, like like how do you maintain and keep some type of intimacy?
If you love somebody like and you truly mean it, it don't matter like mad period, sad period, happy period. What you taking care of the person should never change. You know what I'm saying? You should like, hey, if I go get something to eat, yeah, we might not be talking or we might not sit down and eat it together, but hey, do you want something to eat? I'll get you something
That
to
ain't
eat.
intimate then.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like what you talking
Well,
about having sex and stuff? How do you remain?
intimacy, intimacy, and
Well, you
romantic
gotta
vibes.
Yeah,
well
you
you
got you ever
be,
been through a 75 South?
before you get to that, then you got to solve the issue. You got to really address the issue as adults.
Hmm.
And maybe sometimes it's better if you table the issue and come back to it when both of y'all have clear heads and y'all remove y'all emotions and y'all can sit down and really talk about it. And maybe you shouldn't be having intimacy during that time frame because it ain't gonna be good anyway. Y'all both mad at each other.
Yeah, I think
No,
you
it
just
shouldn't
could
be
get
mad. This is disagreement, so it shouldn't
yeah.
be like you got to be able to disagree without like being emotional. Like you got to pull your feelings away
That's
from
that's hard though.
disagreements. Yeah, I know, and we
Initially,
all should work.
initially,
Yeah, I know it. Like, yeah, being emotionally intelligent isn't easy, but it's a tough task. But like, that's what emotionally intelligent people could do. They know when, like, you just can't pull. You gotta detach your feelings away from disagreeing with people in general, not just in your romantic life, but in personal life. But we're talking romantic life. Just because you disagree upon like whatever life decisions may be happening, whatever y'all got going on in your house, um, I'm wired a little differently. So I could be, disagree with somebody about the principle of something, but still rub your cheeks. It's still love. It's just the principles of it. These are my beliefs, and we could, talk about chop up the principles, and then after the principles or whatever may happen, even if I'm wrong, like I could be wrong and still be romantic. I'm not gonna be upset. Like I wasn't like this in my past. Like younger me, yeah, like if I was mad with you about something and I was pissed off and like we both in just in the corner of our out of the house, just mad at each other. But as you mature and you get older, bro, like good emotional intelligence is pulling your emotions off of just disagreements, bro. It's okay to disagree. Like when you go to work and you disagree with them folks at work, you still gonna go to work and handle your business and take care of the job and do what you got to do. It's no difference than being at home, man. Like you don't start loving somebody because you disagree. You feel me?
Yeah, I think you just got to find a way to like to break the ice when like you both are like in that moment or when you both are like mad, right? And in your eyes and their eyes, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right. So you just got to find a moment where to like, you know what, maybe we both wrong, and just find a way to like break the ice and like get back to like the core of who y'all are as far as loving each other. And it's not it's easily said than done, to be honest. Like when you in the thick of it, and depends on what the argument is and what you are where you going at each other about. But if you can just, you know, at some point, like, get away from each other, go like meditate. I say pray, because that's my go to. Like I like to just like go on a walk, step away from whatever situation I'm dealing with, and meditate on it, think on it, and figure out where I was wrong in on the situation, or like maybe find a different approach to it, and then come back and be like, hey, look, or they come back. I think just separation is also like a good way to like clear each other's mind, even if it don't like, even if you come back in their mind and they're still like there's still tension in the room, just find a way to like break that ice and like like, well, what are you watching? Hey, let's try just try, find a funny way. Like we all got different our knacks on what's like. We all got charisma on how to like be able to like get through to our partners. And I think we just got to get to that point to where we want to get through to them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but you got to understand also, man. We women are more emotional, right? It got everything to do with more. They got more gray matter, so they store.
Humans are more emotional. We all emotions, bro. We all run.
Nah. They women hold emotions more, bro. It's scientifically proven. They got more gray matter to store those memories. That's why women can sit there and remember something that happened 15 years ago where we've moved on, or they hold grudges with someone for a lifetime, or they grieve longer than men.
It
You know,
depends on there's some niggas walking
it's
around with some heated shit, some heated baggage that been going on. Like, damn, you still thinking about that? Like, I thought you forgot about it. I think
I'm
like naturally, like we
No,
all have.
women are more emotional, bro. I don't think it's
it's
even close. Like it's just it ain't a
it's
bad
all
thing.
dealing with it's all dealing the way we wired. Like literally, they have more gray matter to store those memories. Like
Yeah.
if we have a death in a family, the woman is like all she could think about is the grief. A guy is like, damn, I gotta go to work Monday.
No, I'm thinking
No,
about the
see what I'm
grief.
saying? No, I'm thinking
Uh,
about that grief. I think
You
about
think
grief
about
all.
you think about work Monday if somebody just died.
See what I'm saying?
yeah, like no, you come back
Nah,
to your
bro.
senses. You go, man, I gotta go to work Monday. Fuck, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I ain't thinking about work. If somebody like close to me die, last thing I'm thinking about is work. I may not go. I may
I'm
take my
not saying
grievance
that
days.
instance. I'm talking about you at the funeral. Your days are up that you got to go back to work. You like, fuck, man. You
I'm
put in
not
the
thinking
ground. You
about
like,
work at all,
man,
dog. That's
I
what it's,
gotta go.
I'm just different, dog. I ain't thinking about work at all. Fuck work. That's
I'm
what
just,
my mindset is. And I'm actually dealing with this. I had to tell somebody today because I got a phone call from somebody who tried to come to work and they grandma just died. I was like, yo, like this, yo, fuck this job, bro. Like, go take care of your family. Like, go grieve, go process this shit properly, bro. Don't try to like, I don't know, maybe.
No, you gotta take time out to grieve properly, man. It's important. That's one of my gripes in life, man. Is just seeing every time I go to a funeral. That's what I told my dad this last time me and him was at a funeral. I said everybody just gonna go to work Monday. Like somebody important in their life died, but
but
everybody
you
life just
you
gets
at the
right back
funeral
to
thinking
normal.
about that though. Women ain't thinking about
No,
that. Women ain't thinking
no,
about
this is
none of that.
no. I'm not thinking about I'm going to work. I'm thinking like the average person is thinking like I'm not even saying they're thinking that at the funeral. Most time people at normal people at funerals are thinking about the funeral, bro. Not thinking about like work Monday. I said in the car riding home, me and my dad was just talking about how fast people move on from death, and I was just like, yeah, like the world, like nobody's gonna grieve. They'll grieve on birthdays here and there, but for the most part, the average person, if they're your cousins, they're your friends, bro, they just gonna go back to work Monday. That's exactly why I'm not gonna be thinking about the job because when you die, that job just gonna put your job up on the website. Like they're
No,
not
you
gonna
ain't
care.
thinking.
They're not gonna
You're not
stop
thinking in the aspect that like
the day for
I
you.
want to go back to work. Oh no, you just like fuck, man. You're mad because I gotta go back to work. You're not happy about it. It's not a happy thought.
I'm
I
not
don't
You
thinking
think.
about
must
work
be.
at
You
all.
guys, you can't say you. You just gotta say me. You can't speak for other people, bro. You keep saying you. No, I'm not. I'm
I'm
not
not
Look,
thinking
look at
about
what
work
DJ say. Look at
whatsoever.
click. Bring his thing up there. See, post his comment.
He may be a little behind in it all. Yeah, he's a little behind.
Not all women are like that, bro. Like all women aren't gonna stop their whole world because somebody died. There's some women that went right back to work. From an emotional standpoint, I think like that's
Liquor
speaking
was
more from just engaging in anger and engaging into like regular. But death is a different. Everybody just grieve different. Grief is different than regular. It's in the type of emotion, but grief. There's some women that are grieve for forever, and there's some women that are just cold and they'll be over shit in like a couple of days. You know, I think grief is
that
a
ain't
different type of
cold. They
emotion.
just processed it. They don't mean they didn't feel a, a thing. Life goes on, man. Like you can't just grieve forever. They live their life. Be proud of them. They live their life. Love the good memories. But you have a life to live. You only get one. They got
You can
one.
grieve and still live your life.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
a healthy way to grieve, bro. Like that, everybody make grief like it's a sad thing. No, that's a healthy way to grieve.
What's the healthy way to grieve?
Yeah,
Happy memories, talking about it, like keeping people alive. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's what I
healthy ways
said.
to
Have
grieve.
happy memories and stuff. I said that.
Yeah, but you just said there's like grief. No grief. I'm telling you, there's people don't even do that. People don't even happy grieve. They just will move the fuck on. Like there's no grief. They'll be sad for 2 days, then it's just on to the next. You know, there are some people that cold, and there are some
It
people
ain't.
that
I
will
don't think they
grieve and
that
mourn.
cold. They just grieving in their own way. That's not cold.
Yeah, we
They
just
just
got
grieving
different
in their own.
opinions. Yeah,
Yeah, that's not cold. I don't think that's cold. I think that's just.
to you, yeah. I think it's cold. I think like death is something more permanent. You know, somebody's not here no more. If I was to die and my close loved ones just move on in 2 days, you know, that's the way I look at it. Like, how important are people to you? You know what I'm saying? Like life is fragile. And if you losing, how many people do you really got in your life close to you? So if I lose one, yeah, I'm gonna grieve for a long time. I mean, I lost my last grandparent, and that shit hit me like a rock. Like none of my grandparents are alive no more. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like I was in the house depressed and didn't leave out. No, like it just that shit weighed on me for a long time because I only had four grandparents. You know, one of them I didn't really get to know that well. My father on my mom's side, and then the other three I was fairly close to, and those people are not here no more. So it's just a reality too of like how fragile life is. And then when somebody young dies, you know what I'm saying? Like I started realizing as I got older, just on some grief shit, right? When I was younger, I didn't grieve properly. Like we had a lot of friends around us dying when we were young, and I didn't really cry. I didn't really process it properly, but it did affect me. And I didn't realize that as I got older and I got more mature, that the things I was doing, the way I was living a life where I expected to die young. So my decisions was based around, I didn't know at that time, but as I got older, I realized like, yo, I was making decisions because all of my friends are dying. Like a lot of my friends were dying in high school. Right out when we got out of high school, just dropping dead or from brain tumors. We playing basketball at the court. My boy Arissa just falls out and have a heart attack, heart murmur. Like we just having friends around us just die, car accidents, whatever it may be, man. And that shit it hit me even when Johnny died from cancer. Like it was just so many different friends we had that was just dying at a very young age, and it wasn't no drive by shit. So it just made me like look at life like, bro, you really don't know what you're gonna get. Like what are you? So just have fun because tomorrow all this shit could be over with. Like, and I made decisions based around that. And I didn't realize it as I got older. I was like, yo, I was like death and processing it did not happen. Like when
Hmm.
kids get shot at schools and shit like that, they have grief counselors come in to like process it with you. So I think death is a process, and people need to learn how to grieve through it. It shouldn't just be you move on because it's deeper than that, bro. Like you don't have that many people that are really close to you in a lifetime. So if you lose them people close to you, I think it needs to be grieved properly. Not in an unhealthy way where you're suicidal or anything,
So what's a
but in a
proper
healthy
grief?
way.
What's a proper grief?
I mean, there's no right or wrong way to properly grieve. From what, because I'm dealing with a lot of different deaths that in this right now future that has happened to me, or in this past near this present past, or whatever the right term is. And what my counselor told me, there is no proper way to handle grief. Like everybody handle it different. And what you're saying is like even
Pour out a
it,
little liquor. Pour out a little
I
water
mean,
bottle.
everybody handle it different.
I
And how
take
I look at
my
like the deaths that
40
happened to
to
me,
his
like
memory.
um,
I take a sip and
man, you could drown yourself in your sorrows and liquor and drugs and whatever, avoid
and
your
that
whole
gangster,
75 hard and
you
be like,
can
fuck
you
all the 75 hard. I'm just gonna drink myself drink all my sorrows away and give it away for my boy. But there is no right or wrong way to grieve. Everybody do it different. But I do think you should take account into like a life and what that life has meant to you in this world is now gone, and what impact does that have moving forward? It depends on the impact does that person have in your life. Um, like one instance, like this past hurricane, where it kind of hit home to me, where like my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they all got on the road and it was coming down here to Florida to help my sister-in-law with the hurricane. And in my mind, processes things different. In my mind, I'm like, yo, you guys are not protecting your queen. You know, like you guys are heading to a storm. What's to happen if, like, if my mother-in-law passed or my sister-in-law passed? What you guys got in store to take care of her kids? My mind just take things different because I, the different death experiences I had in my life, like recent. You know what I'm saying? So everybody process it different. Like I don't think like
It's just important to
yeah,
process it all together. Some
yeah,
people, you say process it different. Some people just don't even process it.
yeah.
And that's what I did when I was younger. I didn't really process death, man. Like sitting down to have a conversation saying, how do I feel? You know, like Stacks put it, he was there that night. So we watched our boy Arissa die on the court. Like we had literally just I graduated, he was still in high school. I had been out of high school a month. And we watched a close friend of us, like we run up and down the court playing basketball, kiki laughing. He dropped dead in front of us, you know. And that shit fucked all of us up, and none of us really got no real counseling about that shit. It was more friends that went on, bro. I was in a rap group, and like three of them dudes in that group are dead, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just murdered. You feel me? He like on some wild shit, and never processed it. You just kept moving on, and like we make death and we make certain things so normal when there's really got to be a breakdown of like your feelings, your thoughts, like, you like how does it affect you moving forward? Like you got to be aware of your mindset. I'm dealing with death, and as you live navigating through life, you may take that out on other people and not know why you're angry, right? So I think in a lot of different ways, it made me angry. It made me not appreciate life and longevity of life because I was watching all the young people around me die. And we come from a community where we applaud young men dying. We don't applaud like our community is. If you get old, it's jokes for you. Oh, you the old man, and but if you die young, it's like a lot of like celebratory, and you'll live forever in the hood when you die young. But we gotta like process death, life a little bit differently, man, because you know it's
How
short
long
when you
will
live
they
a
mourn
long
me?
life. You know,
How long will they mourn me?
yeah.
Yeah, man, some
Man,
real.
y'all better have a celebration at my funeral. Y'all better be turned up.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we had a show that was talking about our funeral request,
Yeah.
man.
Trey, if that
Mm.
sitting there and some dudes start crying loud, Trey, I'm gonna be like,
Uh, oh yeah, I'm gonna be at yours. What you mean?
nah, I'm gonna be like, hey
Man,
Trey.
ain't no way you eating all this shit you eating. Your 75 hard about to be going away soon. You about to be back to chitlins and ribs and fried
Boy, I
chicken.
don't eat no chitlins. You was the one eating that chicken sandwich. I seen you out there acting the fool for that Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Boy, you about to be done, boy. Don't act-
That why you start eating me
Yeah,
because you
he
got
right.
stabbed
I
behind
agree
that
with Stephanie.
Popeye's chicken.
Stephanie, this nigga, he 4 days in his 75 hard. He act like he the dog, like he
Five.
about to
I'm
live.
five. I'm 5 days in. You hear me?
That boy
5 days.
remixed the 75 hours. I'm doing it my way. Like, how you just gonna take the people's shit in? This ain't Burger King, boy. You gonna take the
My
people's
way, cuz. That's 75
life
my
challenge
way.
and you throw your shit on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it my way, you hear me?
You ain't
It's
got the
my
self
way.
discipline to do the regular challenge. Like, you know what?
Uh,
That's a little too hard.
Nah. I just don't want to name it that. I want to name it my way.
Some people need to sue your ass, man. This some egregious shit, boy.
You know, bitches that 75 times. Yep.
I-
This 76, 75 my
That's
way.
the closest he gonna get that 75. Well, how much weight you think you gonna lose, bro? Give me a number, dog. I want to
I
know.
don't
75,
even
75
I don't even
ounces.
know. I don't even know. It really ain't even
You
about
ain't got
that.
no
It's just
goals.
my goal is to feel good, bro.
Man, I'm gonna go pee, man. This nigga fucking around, man. I'm gonna go pee, bro. This nigga ain't serious.
He can't even hold his potty. No,
You
it's
can't
just
hold his body.
I'm not sitting up there because weight don't mean oh lost weight don't mean healthy. You know what I'm saying?
A
You
little
got to
bit.
change habits. Change habits equals healthy. You know what I'm saying? So better habits, better things doing. You know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
weight loss,
Uh,
weight does definitely determine health and unhealth. It's not necessarily
it's
that
some
if you're small, you're
it's
healthy. You know what I'm saying?
it's some
But
unhealthy
it's a
skinny
great
people.
indicator for sure. But what's
Steph
the
said,
number
"I'm
one
not."
indicator they do
Put
when you go
something
to
on
the
it, Steph.
hospital? First thing they do is put your ass on the scale when you walk into the hospital, right?
No, they take your blood pressure.
They putting your ass on that scale before
No,
they
they
do
take your
anything
blood
else.
pressure. No, they take your
I'm
blood
just
pressure.
saying, like before they even get
And
to like
temp.
what you really there for, they gonna take your weight.
Nah.
Yeah, bruh.
Now I don't like doing that stacks. I don't like writing out. I don't like writing out speeches because I don't think it's authentic and it's not original. You know what I'm saying? Like when I wake up in the morning for that, that's what's on my mind. That's what I speak about. And when I'm speaking about it, it's me spitting it raw. I get what you're saying. You
Pause.
to like
You.
to like structure it and come out better. But I'm just one of those people that I don't like writing down things. I don't even like posing for pictures because I don't think it's authentic.
You like them new rappers that say they don't write their rhymes, but they need to.
Nah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just shooting the shit with you, bro.
Nah, it's just I get what you're saying, but I can't. I don't think of it like that. I don't have that creativity at night, or to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this in the morning. I'll never do it. I'm just one of those people. I wake up in the morning, get a good workout in, and it pops in my head like what I want to talk
What's your workout look like, boy? What you doing?
about. Just doing
Booty
so.
busters.
75 booty busters in the morning.
They doing booty ups.
That's what I make sure he thick for that doggone Navy ship, boy. Boy, like damn, boy, these bridges about to look tight. These camos about to look good, boy. They about got my name on my back pocket.
But what you got on that 75 though, Steph? Pull up. Let's put something on it. Talking about I ain't gonna make it through.
We was talking about relationships, man. I tell you what, man. Y'all boys ever did anything with Timu? I'm on Timu ass, man. Y'all
Who
ever
is
order?
Timu?
You never order from Timu?
What the hell is that?
That's the site. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Amazon.
Oh, that Chinese site? Yeah, why
Yeah.
would you order something from there?
Hey, Timu got some shit. This is
Yeah,
my
it
first.
got some shit. Cancer causing. Gonna be up there with cancer.
No, this is my first go at it, man. I ordered. We ordered some stuff from Timu. That's what kind of like made me late today, man. We ordered some shit from Timu. That shit came. It was like a damn puzzle trying to get it together, bro.
All cheap stuff ain't good stuff, bro. Especially with stuff that you're gonna have in your house. You a vegan, you should know that, bro. You shouldn't be putting all those chemicals in your house. Being a vegan and stuff, bro. You should be aware of those type things.
So you don't use Amazon?
Huh?
You don't use
I
Amazon?
I do Amazon, but I normally do branded stuff from Amazon. I don't buy no off brand stuff. I try to stay away from it because I know that they put the what they use to make it.
Man, Amazon got the same cheap shit that Timu got. Man. They all got the same cheap shit. Depends on. No, I didn't order it. Wifey ordered it, so I was trying to help her like put it together, and it was
What
just
you
like,
got?
bro, it was a table.
Go
Yeah.
missing about 4-5 screws in there.
No, it was solid. It looked good, but it's just like the doggone aftermath of putting that motherfucker together, and then like the arguments and stuff. Like I ain't got enough patience to be dealing with Timu, man. So
It didn't come with instructions.
it did.
You don't read them.
I forgot, man. Oh, she said, "Damn, I ordered a set swing." No, I ain't swinging no shit. Mm-mm. It gotta come with No, I ain't ordered no set swing. I ain't got one. I don't know what type of. I don't know how y'all see me, but I ain't got no set swing. Mm-mm. Not yet. Maybe for Christmas.
All right, man. Let's get into. We ain't got that much more time. Got an hour 25. What do y'all think
Definitely.
about Obama caught some heat this week?
Oh yeah, he did.
I'm gonna put the link in there. We can share this link. I just
Obama,
added it to
Obama.
Can one of y'all share the link? I want to play it so the average person that may not have saw it can get some context of
Where you put it on notepad?
what Barry said. Y'all put it on a notepad.
Ooh, that's Arie. I didn't see that.
Y'all tap in with us, man. We have a hotline. Um, I don't know if it's messages, but they say you could pound through to the call. It's down at the bottom 470-851-6735. Tap in with us. Also visit, tap in with us. Teacuppodcast.com.
Yes,
Buy
sir.
merch, heavy merch. Support our merch. We got coffee, a few other products on the way. And like Nova's talking about his morning cup. I'm gonna drop a morning cup tomorrow. And I'm gonna start dropping like one or two a week, just some morning inspiration. I am gonna not write my bars in for in like totality, but just some bullet points and some inspiration of things I want to talk about. Just to it could be inspirational, or it could just be funny. It's gonna be like the mood that I'm in. It just depends. But I want to start dropping morning cups, um, inspired and promoted by our coffee. Big caffeine in the morning, big energy, big inspiration. Oh, we got it down at the bottom. Pause. Yeah, this to the scene. Barry,
You ready?
Barack
Yeah.
Obama.
All right.
Make it foolish.
Communities is that um, we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly and say that when you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences. He's had to work harder and do more
Man, get Barry the fuck out of here, man. Come on, man.
and overcome and achieves the second highest office in the land. Community.
Thoughts, man. First of all, bro, like he's talking to black men right here. So I shouldn't have to break this down, but he's
But what I
pretty
told
much
y'all,
criticizing black men for the lack of support for Kamala Harris.
I told y'all when they announced her, I said who was gonna be the pivot, who she didn't have on lock. It's black men and white suburban women. I said they're
She
gonna
has
be the
black
swing.
men at a bigger degree. I think the real story here is like black men just isn't even the issue. Why I don't rock with, a lot that they got going on that side. Like black men even isn't even the issue, or it could be the issue, but they're not really putting the real poll numbers out there. But from the poll numbers that they're putting out there and they're alluding to, it looks like she's okay with the black vote. But I think it's not okay as they're putting on. Just from a lot of the Hail Mary efforts, it looks like they're doing right now. But on paper, it looks like they're at like what 80% black male or 70 something percent. I think it dropped down to. And Barack was pretty high. Hillary's was higher. Biden's was higher. All those was higher from the black men support standpoint. But yeah, it's just a lot of entitlement with the black vote, bro. Black people are allowed to have two options. Like I don't think there's nothing clear about this election in any capacity. I think there's a lot to be researched and a lot to be thought about when making a decision at every election. It's never clear. I think everybody should be under a magnifying glass and scrutinized on real policies, not emotional things like what are the nuts and bolts of what's being offered to our community. And I said in some previous shows that black people need to hold their vote as leverage. Like our vote needs to be for something. Like, what are you giving us, man? Like, you're not entitled to it because our parents told us we vote Democrat. And the voter, black men as a collective, you just feel the energy in the air. And for him to make it feel like it's a misogyny thing, and it's not. I don't think it's a misogyny thing. I think it's a black men, we understand like our place. We're always the scapegoat for some shit. And that's what this was. This was a scapegoat moment for to make black men the scapegoat. We the scapegoat for shit, but nobody really trying to give us shit.
Yeah.
There's nobody really got policies for to hand us, but when shit go wrong, they point at us like we the problem with some shit. And that's the real problem. And Barry ain't one of us, bro. He is not like us. Right? He's not traditional American black. All skin folks is just not kin folks. Him and Kamala is a lot alike. I think we all learned something too from when we got him into office and to what we got now. I think some of the voters and some of the people have educated themselves on what they really gained from it. Like I said
Hmm.
before, I only think I got a Jeezy song out of it, bro. Like, what was the real change he brought to our communities for him to be chastising black men like he's doing right there? Like he did some shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
nah, bro, don't talk to us like that, bro. We let you just be the president for everybody like you wanted to be. You wasn't our president like that because you didn't really want to be our president, and that's cool. But don't chastise us, bro.
Yeah, I feel like anytime, like, she looking at these poll numbers right now, this is what she's saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
that's what's going on right now. She is getting cooked in these polls right now.
No,
Getting cooked.
I think me personally, I think one, like I had the same conversation with my wife. Like I think as black men, we don't in that moment. I think he should have just opened up the floor and asked black voters, like those black men, what do they want to see from the
No,
party?
she already got the answer.
No, I'm not talking. I'm
No,
talking
no,
about.
no, no. Hold on. I like the road he's going because I want to expound on like that's
I'm talking
exactly what
about
he's
in
taking
that
the road.
moment or with Obama, instead of having a moment where it comes off as chastising, I think it should have been a moment where he listened to them speak, and then you
Hmm.
take that back, and then you figure out like, hey, this is what they're saying, and this is how we should move. Um,
I think he should have did that when he was in office. If he didn't do it in office, why would he do it
He
now?
came.
Like,
He
I
pulled up
mean, I
like he
think, I
owed him
mean, I
something.
mean,
He pulled
while
up
he
like
was
he
in,
was
like, I mean, also
something
while he was in
else.
office, you also got to look in the pack. Like, you got to play the part also that it was a Republican Senate
We're
and
not
Congress
talking
that
about like hold on. I'm
We're
not
not
talking
talking
about
about
what
this.
could be passed and what like how I understand how legislation works and passing the
right,
bill. I'm talking about going into and hearing black men and with their views on policies and working. He's
right.
not like I don't think he views, and it's just like, and it's just not him. A lot of like so-called foreign blacks that come here, bro, they don't view us as equals. So like that's offering a equal platform to have to hear people out. He has never heard us out ever when he was even in office. Hearing us out is not legislation. That's just going to a black community standpoint, a town hall standpoint, and just letting us vent to you about the changes that we need. That has never been a thing. It's never been no brotherhood like that. And I think for him to try to turn it into some brotherhood when it's convenient for some votes. And why is he even still around? Like, bro, go enjoy richness. Why are you still
Now,
around?
No, I'm
here's
not
my
mad.
the,
I'm not
here's
mad at
here,
him being around. Like, and that was my take on the
I am
whole
because I
thing.
think he's still the president. I think he was running Biden's thing, bro. That's why
here-
like him being around ain't just like he here for to help. No, I think they're all one big conglomerate. And when he get her in that seat, I think he in that seat as well.
I just don't like the fact that her her reaction to it. She said, "Oh, I'm gonna legalize marijuana." Like, and they attach that to black man policy. I'm gonna legalize
You getting
marijuana.
ahead of
That
the
should
horse,
get
boy,
him.
because
That
we
should
talk
get
about
him.
you jumping.
Yeah.
I'm with you, because you jumping ahead. I want to like break down Barack situation before we like talk about like that's why what you're saying is why I vote is leverage because you can see the efforts of the Democratic Party like 20 days out they're throwing Hail Marys on, hey, we got this for the black community, we got that for the black community, and it come from
Man,
discourse and us saying, yo, you just don't got our vote like that this time. Y'all
man,
got to show us something a little bit.
bro,
But
do you know? uh,
we wrapping up the Barack part of it, and we moving on to some more. Like where we at with it?
I wouldn't mind like
Just trying to
expounding
slow the
on things.
conversation down so we're not jumping around, bro, because there's a lot that I think that dissect. Just from the Barack standpoint. While like I'm not trying to like shit on Barack, but
I
nobody's
think I
calling
think
out white
I
men
think
or
we
any other race of men or any other part. Nobody's calling out any demographic but black men. With the scapegoats. Like, and we're not even the issue. They have most of the black men votes. But if you look at like Nova said, you look at white women votes and the percentages is there. Why nobody calling white women out? Like women should be voting for women, right? Even the black women votes are down with her. Like, why are we calling black women out? Like, there's a higher percentage of black men voting for her than black women. It's a bigger cause, and I think for him is like to pinpoint black men is some wild shit.
yeah, I just don't want like I agree with the pinpoint black men, but also what I don't get is the when you have somebody like significant in the Republican Party as Byron Davis, and he said, as a Republican Party, we don't give a fuck about the black people. Like they don't even care about what y'all want to hear. They know that there's not that big a demographic, so they don't even have to go ask y'all what y'all want. But when you got
Who is that? Who are
somebody,
you talking about? Who?
Byron Davis, no, you know
What
Byron
about
Davis, right?
him?
The rich dude or whatever.
He's out in Florida. He's
Yeah,
a
but he
Congress.
ain't
Oh,
running for shit. Like we talking about the actual politicians. I'm not talking about
But
regular
he's a
Republicans.
politician out in Florida, and he's a
Yeah,
big part of the Republican Party.
you talking about the
yeah,
representative,
Yeah,
the congressman. He talking about that congressman.
yeah,
I
but
know
we
you
get into
talking
like random congressmen. Like we're talking about the top, like
but
vice
when
president, president stuff.
he's a big part of the Republican Party. When he's telling you that the Republican Party, he said that one thing that they need to work on is they don't even cater to what the black community think about as far as their vote. So when somebody like when you see people like trying to like hear hear you out, like I don't like I'm not I don't like
Who's trying to hear
it,
us out?
I don't go straight to like the negative, or I at least at least you hear to hear what's going on, or at least you want to have the conversation is where like I'm going with it. Like
I'm just calling what he did. Like, no, I would like for somebody to have a conversation with black men about what they feel and what they think they need for their community because that's the conversation we deserve.
right,
We as black men don't deserve for you to chastise us and come down on like we're a problem on national television. Like
yeah, I agree with that.
there's no wrong in what black men did in any capacity. Our response to it is on point. Like we shouldn't be called out for anything that's going on in politics. My thing is like both sides, bro, like are racist. Like trying to act like one side isn't the other side. Though
My
the
bad.
system, it's a racist system in the racist world we live in, and both of that's cool. But it's just a lot of degeneracy things, bro. And that's why I draw my line. That Stephanie asked me if I am voting. I'm not just gonna go full balls to the wall and talk about who I'm voting for or anything like that. But I think there's a lot of degeneracy out there, even from the LGBTQ, that community, to the sex changes in prison, a lot of that stuff that's going on. I think it's just straight up degeneracy that I just do not believe in, you know. And that's just my personal beliefs, and I think everybody, black men deserve just like white men, just like the Asian men, just like any other man deserves multiple choices. A black man gets that same option. We're not pinholed to just vote for you because our parents did. When we are the originators of the Republican Party, like the average black man, I think is more conservative if they went and got and really broke down some things of like what they really believe in. We make politics a bunch of stuff that is not. But when you just get down to the basics, how I live my life, what do I believe in, my principle, my core beliefs, and that's where I'm at with it. Because I think both sides is gonna be racist, both sides gonna have their thing, but it's a lot of I think degeneracy that's going on. Like they say the average dynasty, major world power lives, survives 250 years. And we're at like 248 as America. And we know what usually kills dynasties? Degeneracy.
With a
Everything,
whole
there's no
bunch of that.
rules. Have
It's a
sex with
whole
who you want
bunch
to
of.
have sex with. Like no marriage, no families. That's when societies and great societies fall apart. Degeneracy.
Yeah, I can't put that on one party though.
Yeah,
No,
one
I'm
party
not.
is the champion for it though.
I
For
mean,
like your mic loud.
who who had the Republican in the Congress when they passed the doggone gay shit?
I don't know like who
Everything is
was in.
bipartisan. Like when it comes to like a lot of
Hold
that shit that's passed is bipartisanship. Like
No, it's
on
not.
like
No, a lot of that stuff isn't. A lot of this
Yep.
stuff isn't. A lot of
So
this stuff
who was
isn't
in control when
bipartisan.
that was passed?
You got two houses that things got to go through.
And it was a Republican ran house when that shit was
So
passed.
Congress still got to go to Senate.
Anybody when it passed that, who put it out there? Like who put it? Who introduced the bill?
What bill are you talking about? What specific bill are you talking about?
I think he's talking about the transgender one, but there's like, it's just
They
like I
had-
don't even want to
the
get too
Democrats
deep into
control
that. I
both.
just think it's like a dollar degeneracy that's going on in the world, man. And it all starts at the elite. It's an elite thing. It's in the politics. It's in our celebrity world. Like when societies fall apart, I'm not saying it's any party, but when I start looking at things, when I'm starting to vote, like I am going to listen to the degenerate part of it, the spiritual part of a lot of things what's going on in society. I care about that stuff, man. I'm just gonna make some decisions based on that. And also, like you just look, bro, like this shit isn't getting better. Like straight up. Like for our communities are not getting better. Our communities are democratic cities and they're not getting better. We gotta try something new. Just straight up. We gotta try something new. Like, fuck it. Until they give us something.
Yeah,
Like we doing now, and they
what's
brain
new. I mean,
start
we
start
had
doing Hail Mary
Trump.
weed.
Trump was just
legislations
in
that-
office before this, and what was like what our community had when he was in office. So that's why, like, I
I'm
don't like
talking
I
about
don't,
even our cities. I'm talking about even local politics. Our local politics from the core are Democrats from top to bottom, right?
like
And
here,
the
like here,
Democrats have
like
just been in office. We just got to try something new, bro. Like even if it's whatever
Nobody
it may
made it
be.
better. so far.
nobody really studying their shit. Like here in Georgia, right? My barber was telling me when he go to vote, they blanked out all the like if you don't know exactly who you want to vote for, like you can't like if you say okay, I want to vote for a Democrat, and if you don't know his name, they got the shit blanked out, and you have to vote Republican. Yeah, like they got the shit set up to where like if you don't know that part, like that person's name, that's who they got set up. It just blanked out. Everything is just like Republican. If you don't know that person's name, that where you can write it in, you have to vote for whatever that's up there.
I'm just talking about from our communities, bro. Our communities are not getting better, and
This is like a community. This is his community,
I'm not
and
talking about like this. I understand what you're saying from a voting. I'm not talking about from a vote. I'm talking about what our communities are. They're democratic communities. Our inner cities that are we're murdering each other at, where the crime isn't getting better, the job isn't getting better, the communities aren't getting better. Our education is sinking lower and lower. Like, how do we change that by keep voting for the same people and we're not getting nothing for our vote?
true, though, bro.
You think the
Like
education is good right now?
if our community was like that, look at the Senate and the Congress. It will represent our community. It's a Republican Senate and Congress right now. That
I'm
represent
not
our
even arguing
community.
with you. Like I don't know what you're arguing at. What I'm
You
saying
saying
is
our
the way we're
communities when
doing,
we supposed to
it's
vote,
not
and you
getting
say
better.
our communities is a Democrat communities, but that's not true across the board, is what I'm saying.
Which one isn't? Name an inner city that isn't.
Bro, look at the Senate and the Congress, bro.
I don't like we talking about each state. Like what we talking about? Which major
Yeah,
city
look
we
at
gonna
each state and look at the majority of each state. It's Republican ran.
I don't know what you're saying right now. What I'm saying from my community standpoint, the communities aren't getting better.
So
The
your
way we
community where
vote,
you from is it right now, is it Democrat or Republican?
I don't know what Palm Beach County is probably Republican. What does that got to do with anything? We don't really have an or inner city like that. It's dissected. Like our shit is torn to pieces. Everybody's moving to Port St. Lucie, so the rich is buying up everything. There's really no our inner cities ain't even like that, bro. But if you go into like the hoods, yeah, it's probably gonna be black ran city commissioners, black ran like local people that are Democrats, not Republican. You
And
go to
Florida?
Belglade, you go to the hoods, you go to Riviera, they're gonna be Democrat mayors that are running these cities. It's not gonna be no Republican mayors that's running the hoods, bro. That's not what's happening in these communities,
That's
which
not
is
what I've
all
seen on
fine.
the ballot.
Which all fine. What I'm saying is back to just our communities aren't getting better. Whatever we're doing, it's not working. We got to try something and do something new. And if we not holding our vote as leverage to better our communities and to better our circumstances, then what are we going to vote for? That's all voting literally is for. It's for holding your vote leverage for benefits and resources to better your community, not just giving it to somebody. So we got to be able to hold it. And if they don't, we just gonna keep giving them our vote, with new hope. No, give it to somebody else, and then the next time they may give you something different. They may bring something to the table, like they're throwing Hail Marys now because they feel pressure. They feel we may not win this thing. So now they're throwing out haymakers and just things in the last 20 days. You got 20 days to vote, and they throwing random shit out there because what? Leverage. Life is business. Business is leverage, bro. You got to hold that vote for leverage. If not, our communities is not gonna change. And this isn't asking for like no handouts. This is just real. Like you
I
keep checking
just
the box just to be blue to be blue. I've been blue my whole life, and I don't see no progress in our communities, man. I see it going
I
backwards.
I've
Mhm.
always been the person
Red on the
that
Trump.
voted not along party lines, but who actually spoke to what I want. That's how I vote.
Facts. Yeah.
I don't go into a booth and blindly just circle Democrat or blindly circle Republican.
I did it one time. Let's keep it a bean. When I
Yeah.
voted for Brock, I didn't know what he stood on. Just straight up. The average black person didn't know what Brock stood on, bro. Like we went and
Change.
voted because he was black. Yeah, change and hope. Like the feelings, the emotions. Like he spoke well. He was eloquent in his speech, but we didn't know what he really stood on. And then you start reading and you start educating yourself as you get older about politics and wars and what's really going on in the world. Then your perspective changes, and that's perfectly fine. But you can't keep voting away and moving a certain way if you get new information. Eventually, you got to start changing something. I'm not telling anybody what to do. You go. I respect everybody's vote. So whoever you do go vote for, I respect you for going to vote. But there's an energy out there of like people are tripping for considering voting for another party. No, they're not, bro. Like the shit is not getting better, and we gotta do something to get change. And our ancestors fought for our right to vote, not for our right to vote for the Democratic Party. They died for our right to just flat out vote.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. Like, I ain't tripping. Y'all boys can vote for Trump, but like, I look at both parties, and I just haven't seen anything that he said for the black communities where we can be all like, oh, let's go, let's toe our hits to this shit.
I
Steph
mean,
want me to
have you read the platinum policies, the platinum plan he got?
Steph want me to call her.
What to say?
See, that's
We're
what I'm
gonna bring her.
saying. We
Have
gotta
you
go
re- have you
educate
have you
ourselves
have you
on it.
have you read all of Kamala's policies?
Yeah, that's why I got opinions
Okay,
about
okay,
it.
okay, but you haven't said any opinions about Trump's. Like, it's just
We
always like,
haven't got into no deep policy. It's just like
okay, so
disagreements.
what's the platinum policy?
What do you want to talk about? You have
The
like
I want to hear
like
about the platinum policy.
what do you want to hear about it?
Your
I
call
think you
has
should
You
go
asked
read
me
it for
if I heard
yourself.
about it. I haven't heard about it. So
You said that he didn't have a plan. Yeah, he does have. I'm just educating you that there is a plan out there. That he didn't just throw it out in the last 20 days.
I'm
Like this is
asking, what is
old.
it?
It's been out there for a while. It's his policies, bro. You want me to like? I'm not a politician. You want me to break down all his policies here? It's his policies.
I
But
mean,
it
you
includes it
I
has
don't
it has sections
know,
that's talking
man.
about Black America on those policies. That's how we got to the black jobs thing, right? That's how those
I,
jokes started getting
but
played
I
because
can tell you about the policies that intrigue me about
Nobody
Kamala.
hates him, Tina. Nobody hates him. We just some things I don't agree with. Nobody hates Obama here.
no, ain't no hate, bro. It's just things just be like people take wrong is wrong, right is right. Like Obama is not
Your call has
above,
been forwarded to
you
voicemail.
know, reproof. I think everybody, we all human, could make mistakes, and I think one of his mistakes is not really building relationships with the black men community. I don't think there's no real connection to him in our community like that, man. I just don't. There's no track record.
I don't think there's no track work with none of them in our community.
Yeah, but we didn't vote for the rest. Like I said, I only voted for him because he was black, not because of anything else.
So why you
I
vote
didn't
for
even know his
Trump?
policies. Huh?
He didn't vote for you. Didn't vote for Trump.
I've never voted for Trump.
Uh, Sound like a heavy lean to Trump. So
Oh, this one may like that may happen. But
yeah,
if you
that's
ask
what
me if I have I
I'm
ever
trying to figure
voted,
out. Yeah,
I've never
I'm
I've
saying, why is your lean to Trump now? It's like, what has he
because
said?
he's not advocating for a lot of LGBTQ community stuff, which I think is degeneracy and is destroying our family dynamics, not just in our neighborhoods, but in also all of America.
What was the
Transit,
what was the what has Kamala
Your
said that
call
she
has been
advocates for
forwarded to
that
voicemail.
community?
what? A lot. She leans
Mm.
heavy into that, brother. Like I don't like. There's no controversy on what she believes in that department. She's on. They got a campaign ads of her saying that she's gonna spend taxpayers' money on gender changing prisons. Like she's saying this stuff, bro. Like,
Yeah, I
and it's
don't buy
all
into
like
none
people
of
can
that
believe.
campaign that shit.
No, bro,
Yeah.
this is part of her policies too. Like she has the LGBTQ support and the things, even immigration. There's just a lot of things from their side that I just don't agree upon. It ain't nothing personal, but it's just some things, and it's just like I felt like certain ways about Trump for a long time. But when I put the emotions to the side, and I just like I'm not choosing my friend. I'm not choosing my neighbor. I'm not choosing a homeboy. I'm not choosing my pastor. I need like we're choosing somebody that just makes decisions, bro. Like based around whatever they're putting out, and all we can go about what they're telling us and what she's telling me and what he's telling me. I agree with more what he's telling me, and that's just it. It ain't really no emotions tied
But
to it. I just agree with more
what
things that he's
concrete
saying.
thing? Okay, so you don't agree with the gay stuff. So outside of the gay stuff, what else you don't agree with her?
Immigration.
Well, they both shit the bed on immigration.
I'm just like the way the economy's going right now. Grocery prices. Democrats been in the office that the last 10 years they've been in six, and there's no momentum. There's no progress. Like these, I'm giving you my stances on why. Like it's nothing personal towards her. Like, I'm not saying anything
But
personal. I could do
Trump
it
was just
personal,
in.
but
What Trump did so significant to you? Like, I'm so intrigued to see what he bring back.
he just says more things, and
He
I agree with
says,
more things that he says. Than like you keep asking me, what does he say that's
what has
so?
he
I agree
done?
with
What has
more
he done?
things.
He's been in. He literally was the president before Biden. What did he do to make you like, oh, I want him back?
The grocery prices was cheaper, bro. Like life was different.
Because it was a pandemic, bro. Like that was pre-pandemic.
A
That was
pandemic, a
and people
pandemic
can
that's
you
that
can
the
say
one
that was
party was pressing. Like
you
a
can easily say
pandemic
that
that
was but Obama's
a pandemic.
economy.
Hold on, like in hindsight, right? And this is the other thing I look back to. Like I'm glad we went to the pandemic.
But wasn't
In
that Obama's
hindsight,
economy though?
hold on, let me just finish. I don't know what economy what we're talking about right now, but in hindsight, his approach on on the pandemic and not wanting to shut the world down, he was right. He was right. And I think that's a lot of what we're suffering right now from shutting the world down. So I look at things in retrospect. Well, I thought he was crazy for not wanting to shut. No, we shouldn't have shut the world down for COVID. He was right when he kept saying, "No, this isn't worth shutting the world down." It was the other side that was trying to shut the world down. We ended up shutting it down and it affected the economy, and we still feeling that pressure now. Bad decisions. The whole COVID thing was bad decisions, bro.
He was the president.
But it wasn't just on him to shut things down. It was about states, man. It wasn't on him. Yeah, I know I sound crazy, Stephanie. Anybody that believes different than the Democratic Party sound crazy to black people, and I'm fine with that.
I'm independent in a lot of ways, but I just like
I'm
when
just talking to Stephanie.
yeah, I just don't see it. One like man,
A global pandemic still don't mean nothing. In hindsight, he was right. I don't care about no global pandemic. The guy said we shouldn't shut down the country, and we shouldn't have.
Your call has
yeah,
COVID's still running rampant. Like nothing has changed.
Nope.
yeah. And he also said police was right how they handled everything when it came to the George Floyd shit. And he also said that it was a lot of stuff that he just for me like it just like if you're
That
not in
ain't
that
affecting the
moment.
grocery prices though. Like that pandemic and what the economy turned into and that shutdown what we feeling now today, bro. And this shit is no joke. The economy is no joke right now. And they looking in our face telling us the economy's good. It's like pissing on us a
But what
Dallas
did he
rain. It's
do?
not
Like
good, bro.
so you think his response to COVID is what saved the economy? Is what you're saying, and not like what Obama did prior to Bush. If you look at what type of economy Obama inherited following Bush,
Man, all them days look good compared to this shit right now.
no doubt.
The Bush, the Obamas, everybody shit look better than what it look right now. You know. And she's in office right now. And I know everybody gets into like, oh, she can't, bro. They put up like, okay, she put out the tweets yesterday about black. They did a search on her tweets, bro. She hadn't tweeted the word black and just our community since 2020. The whole 4 years that you're in
It's election
office, there
time.
was nothing. Yeah, and it's election time. So to me, it's just like
bro.
she's in office right now, and there's nothing. And then they asking her what she would do differently, and she's saying nothing different. She would there's nothing she would change. So I'm just like,
Man, you look at
we
Mike
need
Pence
something different.
fucking quit the job. Mike Pence said I wouldn't even. That was his vice president, Mike Pence. He was like, man, if y'all vote this motherfucker back in
I
office,
just
y'all crazy as
I'm
fuck.
glad Pence didn't run
And
for
then
president.
you look at all his advisors who was with him, who's like, yo, like this motherfucker is not equipped to handle the country. So and he brag
Here's
about all
another
his.
thing
Biden
too.
in? Biden
Here's
in?
another thing too.
But,
No, here's another thing. While we
but
talking about that too,
this your vice
nobody
president.
chose. We're also on the brink of losing democracy.
the vice-
Nobody chose Kamala to be nothing. Nobody voted for her to be anything. Like they're flirting with the verge of announcing kings and queens type shit. Like nobody voted for her to be in the seat that she in. No, they irresponsibly they made bad decisions. The party made bad decisions by keeping a not well mentally Biden in that seat to run again. And they kept propping him up like he was okay when the average American, no, something's not right here. We've been saying for like 3-4 years, no, something's not right with this dude. Like, he's not all there. But they kept propping him up to the last minute, and they just flung somebody into the seat that didn't go the democratic way, the democracy way of getting into that seat. That's another problem that I have with it, bro. Like y'all didn't go through the process.
No problem with the insurrection, and no problem with people of his own party saying, "Hey, how all this happened." So insurrection. What's your take on that? How to both of you? I would like to hear. Like,
Did he orchestrate it? I don't think he orchestrated
No.
and told like people are trying to. It happened on his watch. Yes, it happened. It was the people that was from his convention that marched over there. But I mean, you can't control them, right?
The day
It's
of,
like
he ordered National Guard to be there, and Nancy Pelosi called it off. And there was,
so
it was literally
it's so
shut
much
down.
into
There was
that.
nowhere
It's so
else for
much.
the National Guard to be. Like there was no traffic out, right? There's nothing really going on the road. The road was shut down. He called for the National Guard to be there because thought shit could get crazy, and it just didn't go. Do people could take shit out of context? Yeah, I mean somebody's shooting at him right now because of somebody taking some shit that they're saying about Trump out of context, and somebody's trying to kill him right now,
And
right? So you could
here's the
take
whole thing.
anything anybody says in each political seats and weaponize, and there's some crazy people that may go do some crazy shit. But from the facts and the principles of it, no, he ordered the National Guard to be there that day. This is all on record, and Nancy Pelosi canceled it. So while the insurrection, he said some things. He's just like, and I'm not emotional about it. He's like, no, I think he's way out of line. He has shitty people skills. But like I said, I'm not trying to get a friend. I don't want anybody to be nice to me when they get on the TV and to talk to me. Like just from the principle standpoint and policies of what I'm reading, I agree with more things that I'm reading on his side. That's all it is.
Yeah, I just my whole thing on it is we the people have we settled for these two because we didn't
No,
hold
we settled
this.
for one.
No, well, we didn't hold these politicians to account. We still got Trump and we still got Harris. You mean to tell me there's nobody amongst 322 million people in the United States that
Bro, they fuck
is
the Democrat.
better?
They fuck the people that are really Democrats. They should have really, been honest with where Biden was at, and then had a real process for the people could be like, it could go through the real process, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like
It's gonna come back to bite them. It's gonna come back to bite them because they're gonna try to get mad when the Republicans do it. When the Republicans say, "Hey, we gonna bypass the primary," and they didn't.
Them people ain't want Trump. Most of them people ain't want Trump, man. Most
They
of the party
voted him in. They took.
it was all money. It was all like
It wasn't no money. They voted that guy in. They voted him in. Even the states that took him off.
People ain't want Trump, bro. MAGA has taken over that whole party, bro.
That's a lie, bro. Let's not lie about it. Let's not lie about it. Let's be truthful, bro. They voted for the guy. Even the states that took him off, people still wrote in. He got write-in votes. He wasn't even on a ballot in a lot of states, and they still wrote him in to elect him. All I'm saying is she wasn't fairly elected in the democratic process, in the whole democracy of where they supposed to select somebody to represent the party. They just pulled the okie doke. They put the old dude in front in the wheelchair, and when it came time, they like, we good. All right, pull him out. Y'all gonna accept her. They didn't even leave it open to contention. Like, leave it open. They knew that if they left it open, that she wouldn't have got in. So what they do, they go close the ranks. They get the big supporters of the group to buy into it and force this will upon people. You didn't even hear about, like, let that would have happened to Trump. They would have been asking. They still was asking for a contested Republican convention, and this dude was duly elected. So I'm telling you, you opening up a slippery slope, and you setting a bad precedence for going forward on how things are supposed to be handled. I get it. If the Harris is who you wanted, campaign for it. Go get out and let it come how it's supposed to be, where people vote in the primary to elect it. They could have voted at the convention.
Yeah, and then what bothers me too, like they did it that way, right? So it feel like a fleece, you know. Like, I'm from the streets, bro. I know.
I told y'all that was gonna happen, though. I told everybody that was gonna happen from last year when I was like, if Biden running, they're gonna pull an okie doke. I thought it was gonna be Gavin Newsom on the ticket, but they put Harris. I told you they was gonna pull an okie doke, man.
But what disturbs me more was like the whole approach to like the blackness of it. You know, it just felt like it wasn't genuine to me. You know what I'm saying? And that's when my wheels start turning. It was like, man, this feels nasty. You know what I'm saying? Now, people can vote however they want to vote. You know, so I encourage everybody to go vote, bro. Like, it's super powerful. We all need to cast votes. You know, in every capacity, locally, nationally, president, vice president, all that stuff. Go vote. You know what I'm saying? And all these policies be on websites. You can go read them. You know, educate yourself on what you're voting for. But it just felt like it was just too much like aimed towards us, bro. Like, as far as black people, like, who jumped on phone calls to start racing money and our communities, you know, even the bringing out of, like, it just felt like it was a lot of like pandering going on for us, and then a lot of the energy when any rebuttal started, it was like, well, what's the other option? And that was the energy when they first started this thing. Well, if you don't like her, then what else you gonna do? Like, we had no other decision. It's just like, yeah, bro, there's a decision. We got decisions like every other race of men, like every other race of people. Like, we have a choice. We don't have to just vote for you just because. And we believe all these philosophers, these great, like, go listen to their old audio about these political parties. Go listen to Malcolm talk about it. Go listen to Martin talk about the same games are still being played. The griefs that Malcolm and Martin had about these political parties are still being played to our people. Nothing has changed whatsoever. You got to hold this thing as leverage because they bringing in other people, right? They're giving them things, right? They're giving them things to get their votes. And eventually our vote is not going to matter if we just keep letting them replace and bring people into our neighborhoods, take our jobs, and then they also get the leverage with the votes. No, we got to use our votes for leverage and for power. It's a power piece. It's not a sympathetic piece. Voting is powerful, not just because you choose a president, because you empower yourself with the policies that can better your neighborhood. Use that shit as leverage.
Yeah. And I think what I gained most when Byron Donald said what he said about the Republican not respecting the black man's vote, because it's not as powerful as we think it is, because we're not the majority, and they want to cater to who their base is, and I respect that. And you should look at politics not from you should look at it from a perspective of you know what best suits me and my house, my kingdom. Like, I think everybody, like, we take into, like, I don't get caught into the scare tactics or like these ads and, like, what the talking points. I get caught up into, like, like what each party is running on and what best suits my home, my household, and I go from there. So and I advise you to do the same. Look at both parties, look at what they're running on, and see how it affects
Not
your
just
home.
both parties. There's more parties out there. Just look at what candidate
Yeah.
aligns with your views, bro, and vote accordingly. That's all I gotta say. Vote accordingly. I hope I said that right.
Probably
It sounds like
did.
you got it right.
But
Let's
yeah,
get right.
man,
We're gonna wrap it up at least with something funny, man. I was like, It's good conversation, good food, man. We need that, man.
You right, Eric.
You know, he said
So,
you ain't say shit about Hispanics. Y'all only talk about black shit.
yeah, hey Eric, I don't got no Spanish culture for y'all, man.
I'm Spanish,
Yeah,
man. I got
I'm
you.
pretty sure y'all vote matter, man. But y'all, I mean, most like
They strong. They
y'all,
united. The,
they need to talk to the Hispanic brothers. Why they talking to the black brothers? They need to talk to the white brothers. They need to talk to them about who they voting for, bruh.
nah, they because they
I
get it.
also
They got
I think they playing
representation,
numbers. They
bro.
playing games with the polls,
They,
man.
I think Hispanics are getting it together. Asians are getting it together because they got representation in places that matter, man. Like if you go into these neighborhoods and you see how they run, they're catering to their people. They ran by their people for their people, and they cater to these people. They got seats in big states. They got representation in the House and the Senate. Everything. I mean, it's coming around full circle. They're playing the game how it's supposed to be played, and we're still behind. We're still not doing
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I once gave up my vote for a feel good story. No
it.
real nuts, bolts. Like this is just self accountability. You know, I once gave my vote away. You know what I'm saying? That was legit my first
2008.
time going to vote. You know, I had never voted before then. It was my first time voting. I went to go register. You know, I spent my quality time. It wasn't even no online. You had to go do it in person. There, I think that
Hope
time.
change.
And I look back on it. I didn't really go study and find. It was just eloquent speech. Somebody that looked identity politics. I was had. That's just what it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that because before then I voted for Bush, and that motherfucker was blowing up everything. And you know, I was in the Navy, and I was seeing everything seeing the devastation. I was like, damn, I ain't about this. I ain't feeling this shit. So I felt the hope and change. So you know, that's why I voted. That's why I switched my shit.
But he was
But
blowing shit up too. Yeah.
He did, boy. On his last day in office, boy,
Nothing
that
changed.
boy, he dropped more bombs than Bush.
Yeah.
it was
And nothing changed. He
it was
turned that
Bush's
shit up.
it was Bush's shit though, wasn't it?
Man, when you really go
It was the
study, bro,
same
these some
country. It was from
murderous
what Bush
people, bro.
started, right? Come on now, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know about the start, man. I think they're all like all these presidents too, they're
Um,
bred. Like you're
yeah.
never gonna find no poor person that come up from the slums to be the president. Like they're all bred. Like he come from political leaders. He come from powerful people. Kamala the same thing. They come from political people. I think these people are bred. The Bushes, they're bred. Like presidents are more elitist people. Like how democratic is it really? You know what I'm saying? Like most of them be political plants.
Mhm.
The face to run something, right? Like I said, like we didn't choose no black president. You think this world is very
Black
still
president
racist?
chose me.
Like no, the money chose Barack Obama, and when Barack Obama got in that seat, it was for the money. It wasn't for us. It was for the elite people that put him there to go take care of
Man,
shit, to go blow up
she,
shit, to make certain business moves. That's how the world really operates, man. I
man,
hate
she
to
got a
like pull the
billion
curtain back on y'all,
dollars,
but
a
that's what happened.
billion dollars in 3 months, bro.
Hey man, I
Billion
ain't mad
dollars,
at that,
bro.
man. I like that small business
Yeah,
entrepreneurship
I
that she's
get.
putting out. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with the doggone the house loans because I know my daughter she gonna be looking for a house in next 3 to 4 years, so I'm fucking with it.
It's first generation. She won't be
Yeah.
giving y'all. You got a home, so she can't. She
She
won't be
can't
able to
get it.
participate in that.
No,
And three, what you mean?
She
she.
got to be a first
New.
generation home buyer.
It said new
So,
home buyers.
mm-mm.
First generation home buyer. It ain't new home buyers. First generation. Most of the time, it's gonna be immigrants, brother.
Okay, we'll find a
You
way
don't
to.
qualify.
What about the entrepreneurship though? The $50,000 forgiveness loan and also like the
Startup. That's for
startup.
startups.
Okay,
Too
what's
late.
up? So I can't.
It's too late. It's too late. You already got a business profile, Playboy.
What's the
I
platinum plan?
already been.
What's the platinum
I
plan for the
already know all
profile?
the science
So what's the
to
platinum
get
plan for the
loans.
business? Put me on to what? Draw me
Pull
in,
it.
lure me
Pull
in,
it up.
lure
What
me.
you,
No, oh, I
who
gotta
you
pull
talk?
it up though. Y'all can't
Oh, you
tell
who
me
you
right
talking
now
about?
what he got.
Oh, you talking about Trump?
Yeah.
You haven't told us. I'm not finna halfway say
Mm,
these policies. I can't give you the
mm.
full details on because there's just way more science to this entrepreneur. Even
He
the
he
marijuana
says
one, the $20,000
he
up to $20,000, and it's forgive. They said it could be forgivable, right? And like what are the terms of this? And when $20,000 in the marijuana industry is nothing in the grand
They
scheme
was
of it.
laughing. Listen, they was laughing at Trump because he said something about small business. He's like, these small business ain't even small, and he's right, because if you look at the metrics that require a small business to be small,
I don't know the
Amazon
science
is
of
a
all
small
these
business.
policies like that.
Amazon is a small business. Most of these corporations are small businesses. They fall under it, and that's what he was speaking to. But they want to ridicule and say, "Oh, look at him! How he talks about small business." No, he's talking about the real big businesses that
They
act
consider
like they're small
Amazon a
business.
small business?
Yeah, the small business is like
Why is that?
The workers' value, like the workers. It's certain criteria. Hold on, I'll pull it up for you.
The criteria should be the bread. Yeah.
That's one of them.
For $1 billion company, you talking about small business. That is not a small business, bro. I gotta hear the science to this.
I got to rock and roll, man.
Where you going?
Virginia.
We already talked about it. Hey man, let's get up out of here, man. It's Culture Uncut Podcast, man. You'll get your Amazon is not no small business, man. Start Googling, bro. Like you just,
No, I'm telling you.
Amazon is not a small business, fam. I don't care what you Google. It's a $1 billion company, man. Stack say you funny. Hey, we out of here, man. It's the Culture Uncut Podcast. Peace, love, and blessings. Safe travels, Trey. We'll catch back up with y'all on next Wednesday. Visit the store, Teacup Podcast. Buy the merch, buy the coffee. Support your favorite podcast. We out of here. And vote. We got 20 days.